First man up for the Broncos. He takes the first pitch of this ball game for a strike. It's 0-1. Richie Cleary going to be on the mound for the Rams this afternoon. Rams come in with 8 wins, only 1 loss. South Metro Tournament champions 5 years straight. Sweat swings and misses. It's 0-2. This is the sub-region opener for both the Newton Rams and the Brookwood Broncos. And for the Rams, looking to make the region tournament for what would be the 4th straight year. 0-2, swung on and line on 2 hops. Backhanded stop from Easterday. A long throw from short, but not in time. Easterday with kind of a prayer of a throw from shortstop. It's a clean single for Ashley Sweat, leading off the top half of the first here. We'll go over the Brookwood lineup. It's Ashley Sweat now at first base. Clint Mayhew, the third baseman, hits second. Corey Tarver is the catcher. He'll bat third. Leonard Schaefer is the cleanup man. He'll be in right field. Nick Greene is in center, batting fifth. Craig Butler at first base hits sixth. Chad Day is the shortstop, batting seventh. Jason Bulger is the DH. He'll hit eighth. And rounding out the order is Marcus Wiggins at second base. Here's Clint Mayhew. Cleary goes over to first base. Back in safely there is Sweat. Cleary 2-0 coming into this game. His ERA 3.23 in 13 innings. He's given up 6 earned runs, 9 hits, but he's walked 13 batters. Quick move to first. Cleary has a variety of pickoff moves. He's got a slower move, a more deliberate one, and then the snap throw over there. And for a right-hander, he's got an excellent pickoff move. He comes set. Mayhew awaits. It's a curveball, and it's a called strike, so it's 0-2. But Cleary has walked 13 batters in 13 innings, and he has struck out 18. So from this point forward, we'll be in Region 8 Quad A South action. Almost every game that the Rams play will be there. And a runner was going on the pitch, but got just back in under the tag of Stephen Hires. Sweat took a step and a half towards second base, but wisely, as he was coming back in, leaned the top half of his body away from the tag of the first baseman of the Rams, Stephen Hires, got back in safely. Another snap throw over, another close one. Cleary keeping a close eye on Ashley Sweat at first base. For Richie Cleary and the Rams, there's some extra impetus to beat this Brookwood Bronco team. The Broncos beat the Rams up at Brookwood Community Stadium. That was last spring. Batter attempting the bunt. Foul tips it. So back on the Rams in the last 2 innings of that game, and Richie Cleary was a big part of it. Takes a look at first base. He comes set. Steps off. Rams must have a scouting report on Sweat that he's got a lot of speed, because they are really keeping him close. Another throw over there. In fact, Richie Cleary's problems against Brookwood showed up later in the year when the Rams went to Winder Barrow. Cleary came in to close out a game, and the Winder players started chanting Brookwood, Brookwood from their dugout. Well, Cleary got kind of fired up and brought the Rams to victory in that one. His 0-2 pitch comes in outside, make it 1-2, but Cleary stepped it up a notch once that happened. So you know that he's got an extra reason to beat Brookwood this afternoon. Sweat takes his lead away. Stretch the 1-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch, it's up high. The Rams defensively look like this. Not much in the way of changes here. Doyle Baker is still at third base and Easterday still at shortstop. Ryan Moon at second, and at first base is Stephen Hires. Chris Middlebrooks is behind the plate. Around the outfield, it's Jarvis Johnson in left. Luke Allen is your center fielder. Josh Millwood is in right. The Rams with 6 days off. It's the second time this year that they've had that many days off. In fact, they had 9 days off at a stretch earlier this year. So the Rams a couple of times will have had to battle the rust a little bit, try to shake it off. Once again, Cleary goes to first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Runner going, pitches up high. Middlebrooks throw to second base, has him beat by 2 steps, and they got him. Middlebrooks with an accurate throw down there to second base. Ashley Sweat didn't have a great jump off of Richie Cleary. Cleary can go with that slide step every once in a while, and that's how he did that. He allowed Middlebrooks plenty of time to throw out Ashley Sweat. It's 2-4. Sweat is caught stealing. So 1 down now and a full count, and we've got time called. The home plate umpire taking a look over Brookwood's way. Must have heard something he didn't like from the Brookwood dugout down the first baseline. Actually, the gate down the first base line is open. And they're going to close that here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We've got 1 down. We're in the top half of the first. No score from Riverside Park. And they're once again waiting for that gate to come shut. It apparently blew back open. They wanted the gate closed down the first baseline in case anybody was straying over that way. A foul ball could escape outside that gate and possibly do some damage down that first baseline. Now the gate's closed and the payoff pitch is on the way. It's up high, ball 4. Cleary actually started ahead of Mayhew 0-2, but then lost it. You could possibly say that he was concentrating on the base runner, but they caught Sweat, and then after they did, he walked Mayhew. So we've got a runner at first base here and 1 down. Here's Corey Tarver. Rams as a team have an ERA of 2.37. Last several games, the batting averages are a little less gaudy, but the ERAs and strikeout totals look a lot better for the Rams. First pitch, a curveball for a strike on the outside corner. The other good part about the Rams is in their games Saturday in the South Metro Tournament Finals, in which they won their championship, only committed 1 error in 2 games. There's a swing and a line drive toward right field. Millwood going to cut it off on 1 hop, staying at second. No, now he's going to go to third. That's Mayhew. So runners at the corners after the single from Tarver. Mayhew had completely stopped at second base. Standing on the bag, decided to come on to third. So Brookwood first and third here, 1 down. Here's Leonard Schaefer. But the Rams made 15 errors in 2 separate games leading up to those finals of the South Metro Tournament. They made 6 against Fayette County in a Monday night game, then 9 against Henry County in a Wednesday game, and there was a lot of concern about the defense, especially on the left side of the infield, but they looked a lot better in the championship Saturday. First pitch, fastball strike. One of the big helps for the Rams, having senior catcher Chris Middlebrooks back in the lineup. Middlebrooks certainly one of the leaders for this team. Runners going, it's an off-speed pitch. Middlebrooks loses the handle, so he can't throw down to second base. Tarver with the stolen base. But the Rams were a much more solid team Saturday with Middlebrooks behind the plate. He was able to give them the proper leadership. Rams beat Salem 3-2. A wild pitch scored the go-ahead run, and then immediately after that wild pitch, the rains came and stopped it. So Mother Nature had a hand in the Rams winning, made her statement for the year. Then the Rams did their part of the nightcap as they overcame a 3-run deficit to beat Columbia 7-5. One of the more exciting games that we've had around here in a long time, to win the South Metro Championship for the 5th straight year. So a lot of pride right here at Newton High School as the Rams continue their winning ways baseball-wise. Here in a scoreless battle, Tarver leads away from second base. Here's a swing and a grounder toward short. Easterday charges. Run is going to score. The infield was playing back. 6-3, Schaefer's retired. Mayhew comes across, so it's 1-0 Broncos. And Tarver goes over to third on the play. Going back to the batting averages that we were talking about before, through the Griffin game, the Rams' team batting average was .363. That's down to a little more moderate .293. But the ERA has gone down almost 2/3 of a point in that span as well. They continue to win. Cleary's first pitch to Nick Greene is on the outside corner for a strike. The Rams got some great pitching performances down the stretch, including Cleary 6 days ago. Here's a swing and a 2-hopper toward third. Baker bobbles it momentarily. His throw got it. On the Brookwood side, they're unhappy with the call, but 5-3, Nick Greene is out, and Doyle Baker, after bobbling that one for just a moment, just got Greene at first base. So Brookwood narrowly misses pushing another one across. They do score 1 run. They do so on 2 hits, no Newton errors. 1 man was left on base for the Broncos. So we played half an inning from Riverside Park. Our first half inning of sub-region baseball is underway, and the Broncos lead the Rams 1-0. It's Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware. Just check out these great prices for all your spring cleaning and gardening. Corona 21-inch head shears or Corona 24-inch bypass lopper, your choice, just $19.96. An Ace spring rake, $7.96. A garden weasel cultivator garden claw, $34.96. An Ace folding pruning saw, just $5.97. Or an Ace bypass lopper, just $19.97. It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware, your headquarters for spring cleaning and gardening. Mayfield Ace Hardware on the square in Covington.
Aside from choosing the right home, it's important to choose the right mortgage loan. At Newton Federal Savings and Loan, we're putting today's low rates together with prompt hometown service in offering special construction perm loans with one-time closing, conventional and balloon mortgages, and more. And servicing of your loan remains right here, too. Newton Federal Savings and Loan, 3175 Highway 278, Covington. FDIC
Tradition and
insured and
excellence
equal
since
housing lender.
1946. That's WGFS, AM 1430, Covington.
And welcome back to Riverside Park at Newton High School. The Brookwood Broncos with the early 1-0 lead on the Newton Rams. We go to the bottom half of the first, so the Rams will try to get this run back and hopefully a couple of more. Here's the lineup they'll send up there. They start with Jarvis Johnson in left field. Ryan Moon is the second baseman, batting second. Matt Easterday at shortstop hits third. Luke Allen in center field, bats cleanup. Chris Middlebrooks catches, hits fifth. Stephen Hires is the first baseman, batting sixth. They round out the order with Richie Cleary, Doyle Baker, the third baseman, and Bryce Avery. First pitch, Johnson looking to bunt. Bunts the ball about 3/4 of the way up the screen. So it's 0-1. Jarvis Johnson, a .409 hitter coming in. 9 hits and 22 at-bats. Has 5 RBI on the season. Rams with 8 wins, only 1 loss. They lost to Fayette County, in which they gave up only 1 earned run, but they lost 7-2 thanks to 6 errors. Pitch to Johnson, a strike on the outside corner, 0-2. For the Broncos, their pitcher Dusty Wall, tall, lanky right-hander. Throws the ball hard, but had some trouble throwing the off-speed over the plate. The 0-2 is the off-speed, and it's in the dirt, 1-2. So if you're the Newton Rams and this pattern continues, you'll be looking fastball, and of course you'll let that curveball just drop right out of the strike zone and make him throw that pitch for strikes. Rams do very well against pitchers who throw just the fastball for strikes. That's why they're 8-1. 1-2 pitch, off speed, swung on, bounced towards second. Charging it hard is Wiggins. His throw beats him by about a half step. 1 down. It'll bring up Ryan Moon. Had .381 for the year. Moon 8 hits and 21 at-bats. He's given the Rams some good consistency at the second base position now for the last year or so. He's come a long way. Last year, a JV player to start the year, called up about halfway into the season and had to learn to make the rookie mistakes in the least damaging positions possible because he was here right as soon as the sub-region schedule started. Moon takes the first pitch, low and outside, ball 1. Of course, last year he had his brother here, Brian Moon, and plenty of other folks to learn from. And now Ryan Moon is one of the leaders in the clubhouse for the Ram team. 1-0 pitch, swings and lines it back to the screen. Rams in 9 games have 67 hits. Not a tremendous total, but a total that will nonetheless win you some games. Again, their ERA at only 2.37. That's down from just over 3 not that long ago. Moon takes a strike on the outside corner. That's the first time that Dusty Wall has gotten a called strike on his off-speed pitch. Gets the sign. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. The curveball swung on, bounced towards short. Going to be a tough play in the hole. Chad Day's throw got him at first base. Nice stretch from the first baseman, Craig Butler, who literally did a split. He was down as if he were doing a split and caught that ball, had to dig it out of the dirt. And they just barely got Ryan Moon. Here's Matt Easterday. Rams shortstop, 269 for the year, down from 455 after the Griffin game. So the offense has suffered a little bit, but ever since the Henry County game, he's been playing great defense at shortstop. The righty stands in and awaits the first pitch from Dusty Wall. It's a fastball up high. After today's game, the Rams go to Troup County for a doubleheader tomorrow, and then the Rams' next broadcast on WGFS will be Monday. They'll be taking on the Shiloh Generals, a sub-region game. Wall's 1-0 pitch, an off-speed and lined off to the right out of play. Dusty Wall has taken a lot of speed off of the curveball to try to throw it for strikes here. Throwing it probably a good 10 or 15 miles an hour slower than he was. There's a pitch outside, make it 2 balls, 1 strike to the Rams shortstop Easterday. Luke Allen is on deck. Corey Tarver gives the signal. The pitch is about half swung at and fully missed. So make it 2 balls, 2 strikes. We've got 2 down here in the bottom of the first. The Brookwood Broncos picked up a run in the top half. 2-2, a fastball outside. Wall was looking for the strikeout on an outside fastball there, but threw it a little far off the plate, tried to overthrow it there. So a full count now on Easterday. Dusty Wall winds and delivers, and that one's up high, ball 4, so the Rams keep the first inning alive here, Easterday at first. And here comes Allen. He's at 389 for the year. The Rams' 6 days off meant that they could come back with Richie Cleary in successive games. The last time the Newton team was on the field against Columbia last Saturday in the finals of the South Metro. Richie pitched 7 strong innings and had a ton of strikeouts in that game, 14 of them to be exact. Snap throw to first base, and they almost caught Easterday napping over there. Dusty Wall, for the big lanky guy that he is, has a pretty good move over there. But Cleary gets a chance to come back here with several days rest, and the Rams will play that doubleheader tomorrow and have a fresh staff for that. Another throw over, another close play. If Richie were to falter later in this game, we might see Luke Allen later on. If not, we'll probably see Allen pitch tomorrow. We'll also see Easterday and Ryan Moon. There's a liner toward shortstop, a good catch about 6 inches off the ground by Chad Day, and that's out number 3. So the Rams, without the benefit of a base hit, they leave a runner here, but push nary a run across. It's 1-0. The Brookwood Broncos on top as we head to the second in this Sub-Region 8 Quad A South battle. Ram baseball on WGFS, AM 1430.
Bulldog Tire Company is your complete car care center. They take off tires, wheels, have wheel alignment, tune-ups, brake service, road and farm service, radiator repair, wrecker service, and much more. That's Bulldog Tire Company. Talk to owner Tommy Coker at 787-6030, 787-6030. Bulldog Tire Company, 4108 Elm Street in Covington. Bulldog Tire Company.
The best money manager around is a checking account from the Bank of Covington. It's easy to keep track of your income and all your expenses with your checkbook and the detailed monthly statements we send you. It lets you see where you might save money, and it really helps in balancing your budget. If you're not already enjoying such financial assistance, learn all the advantages of a personal checking account at one of the convenient Bank of Covington locations. The Bank of Covington, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Riverside Park at Newton High School. We head to the second inning in this buzzing affair between the Broncos and the Newton Rams. Broncos on top 1-0. They send up Craig Butler, Chad Day, and Jason Boger here. Richie Cleary gave up 1 run in the first on a couple of hits. He did walk a man, had no strikeouts, but the key in that inning was catching Ashley Sweat stealing, the first man who reached base there, and they caught him, or else that could have been a horrible first inning. First pitch of the second inning is lined down the left field line. Johnson giving chase, but it falls foul, 0-1. And Richie Cleary showing his versatility as a pitcher there in the first inning, getting Schaefer and Greene to ground out. Remember, he had 14 strikeouts in the game against Columbia, showing himself to be a little more of a strikeout pitcher there. But he's much more of a pitcher than he is a thrower as he winds and puts the 0-1 just off the outside corner. So it evens up, a ball and a strike. Cleary can certainly come at you with the heat, but he has learned a lot about the true art of pitching. 1-1 is high and tight, so it's 2 balls, 1 strike to Butler. Butler batting from the left-hand side. Chris Middlebrooks, the man the Rams are glad to see back in there, calling the signals. Cleary catches the inside corner, make it 2-2. Two balls, two strikes here, no one out. The wind and the pitch, it's high and tight. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Cleary does have 13 walks in 13 innings. We mentioned that before. Several of those, though, came in one appearance, and then there was another appearance where Cleary was lifted after 2 innings because of arm trouble. Pitches popped up right back this way. It's going to be about 10 or 15 feet off to our left here. We've always wanted a foul ball right back here in the press box behind home plate at Riverside Park. Maybe one of these days it's going to have to take a pop-up just like that. Not a very high pop fly, but one that just happens to clear that wall. We might get one back here. Pitch misses low and inside, ball 4. So Cleary walks the leadoff man here, sending up Chad Day. You never want to walk the leadoff man, of course, to start an inning. The advantage that Cleary does have here, though, is facing the 7, 8, and 9 spots in the Brookwood order. Of course, the bad thing about 8 Quad A South, you're facing these teams that you haven't faced yet, and just about every one of them strong. That's the way 8 Quad A South is every year. There might be 1 or 2 weak teams, but certainly no more. And in fact, there have been a lot of years where there has not been a single weak team in 8 Quad A South. Last year, you could have looked at the Shiloh Generals or perhaps even Rockdale. But there have been some years where all 7 teams have been in the hunt almost to the end. It's been a wild sub-region race a couple of years that we've had here. Cleary's first pitch today, a called strike. Chad Day, shortstop for the Broncos, made a good play back in the first inning to retire Ryan Moon. Cleary goes to first base. Butler not too far off the bag. Stretch, senior hurler delivers outside. (1992), the Rams were in a hunt with 4 other teams for the final spot in the sub-region tournament. There's a swing and a liner up the middle. It's past Easterday, a base hit into center field. Third base hit for the Broncos, all of them singles. And they have first and second with no one out here. But in '92, when the Rams were going down the stretch with so many teams, there was one spot decided. South Gwinnett, when they were still in 8 Quad A South, were at 8-4. And an 8-4 record was good enough for first place, but there were 4 teams at 7-5. 2 of them made the tournament, and 2 of them did not, obviously, at that time. And the Rams ended up losing out because of some of the losses they had earlier in the year. One of them was to Shiloh, as a matter of fact, that cost them. There was a wild pitch that cost the Rams that game, eventually cost them the shot in the '92 region tournament. So with first and second and no one out, here's Bulger. Rams bunching up the middle, trying to keep that runner close at second base. First pitch swung on and bounced foul. I thought that caught a piece of either Middlebrooks or the home plate umpire. It didn't make the sweetest of sounds back there, but apparently they're both okay. It's no balls, 1 strike. In fact, '92, this is an odd thing. '92, the last year that the Rams didn't make the tournament, was also the last year the Rams ended the season with a win. Since then, every year they've ended with a loss, obviously, because they've made it to the playoffs, and once you make it there, you have to be eliminated, literally, by losing. In '93, it was to the Heritage Patriots twice in the region tournament. In '94, Rams made it all the way to the Final Four and then got swept by Evans. The games were played at Evans, both of them 11-1 games. Last year, it was these Brookwood Broncos that eliminated the Rams. Cleary's pitch must have just missed by an inch or so up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. After Bulger, we'll see Marcus Wiggins, then back to the top of the order. Butler away from second. Day away from first. Cleary brings it home. Fastball lined off to the right, out of play. Bulger a little unhappy. I don't think he was expecting the fastball. He basically reached out against the fastball just to get a piece of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Broncos with 3 base hits. Rams yet to pick up their first. Swinging a bouncer at home plate. Foul ball. this 96 Rams team, in order to make it to that region tournament for the 4th straight year, I think one of the things they'll need is strong pitching from the top 3 people in the rotation. Richie Cleary and Luke Allen have established themselves, of course, as starters that will be with the Rams throughout the year. They'll need a 3rd one. Snap throw back towards second base on the pickoff play. Diving back in there is Butler. The throw got away for a second, but not too far, as Ryan Moon was right there to retrieve it. Cleary had an odd move towards second base there. Didn't move his foot hardly at all. Either that or he got it stuck on the pitcher's mound, because he reached back really with his upper body, twisting it and kind of flipping the ball towards second base. Runners take their leads. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball. Called strike 3, outside corner. Cleary's first strikeout. Now here's Marcus Wiggins. Wiggins, another left-handed batter for this Brookwood lineup. That's something the Rams also don't have that many of. We probably talked about that a few times here this year because it was such a novelty in previous years. Rams had as many as 6 left-handed bats in their order at one time. Talking about their front 9, their starting 9. Cleary takes a look at second. Stretch. And the pitch. Wiggins takes one off the outside part. Well, if you're the Rams, I think you'd like to keep this a 1-run game, and so they're going to do everything they can to hold Butler close at second base. In fact, if he gets to third, you might even see them bring the infield in. Last time the Broncos had a runner at third base, Rams had the infield back, and a run ended up scoring on a ground out. There's a swing and a liner right behind us. So on the foul ball, make it 1 ball, 1 strike to Wiggins. Rams gained some intensity, too, last Saturday, which is another thing that they seem to have been lacking over the first several games of the year, but they were certainly intense Saturday. That was a tremendous matchup, both of the games, Salem and Columbia. Stretch in the pitch. It is high and inside. In fact, Salem and Columbia, the Eagles and the Seminoles, both play in the same subregion, and both are pretty good teams. I would look for some playoff teams to come out of that particular region in AAA. I mean, after they get past the region tournament, I think you'll see some teams go far out of that region. Cleary drops the curveball in, but it just misses, so make it 3-1. Columbia is ranked 3rd in the state in AAA according to the latest poll. In fact, the Newton Rams cracked the top 10 at number 6. That, of course, has a lot to do with that tournament championship. 3-1 inside, ball 4. Cleary isn't missing by much. He's walked 3, but he's really not wild. The pitches are just missing on the inside part. In fact, missing inside is not a bad sign at all. If you're throwing behind the hitter inside, it's a different story, but he's missing maybe 5-6 inches inside. Joe Brassfield goes out to the mound to have a talk with his infielders. We have the bases loaded here, and Ashley Sweat will step up, having singled his first time. Promptly caught stealing. You know that Sweat has got some speed. We don't know much about the speed of the runner at third base, Craig Butler. But with the bases loaded and 1 out, don't be surprised if Brookwood puts some kind of play on. And Middlebrooks and Cleary may be talking about that right now. They're having a little conference out in front of the mound. Columbia came into that championship game against the Rams, the South Metro Championship, supposedly, or what we had heard, at 9-0. I think that record might have been exaggerated by a few games because the latest poll that showed them 3rd in the state in AAA shows them at 7-1 after the loss to Newton. So our information that they were 9-0 coming in may have been incorrect. There's a swing and a bouncer foul. No balls, 1 strike. Well, you hate to say it's a crucial situation in the 2nd inning of a game, but this one could really be blown wide open if the Broncos can push a few runs across. And Richie Cleary and the Rams didn't help themselves by letting 3 of the bottom 4 spots in the order on base. Now they have to face the leadoff man. He swings here, lines one towards second base, double play ball, maybe. They go to second for one. Throw to first, double play, 4-6-3. Rams with that solid up-the-middle defense. You have to have that to win games, and the double play helps the Rams here. Brookwood goes down, no runs, one hit. No Newton Ram errors. One man was left on base, and we have played an inning and a half from Riverside Park. Your score is 1-0. The Broncos lead the Newton Rams. It's Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating, 786-4937. They'll send them packing. Termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls. Here at Coast to Coast Home and Auto, we have more ways for you to save than ever before. That's because for a limited time, every Toro Wheel Horse XL Series lawn tractor comes with a $100 factory rebate and no payments or interest till October. These tractors are available with tilt steering, step-through design, and recycler mowing decks. Plus, every one comes with a Toro 2-year total coverage guarantee. And with a $100 rebate and no payments or interest until October, there are more reasons than ever to get a Toro Wheel Horse lawn tractor from Coast to Coast Home and Auto today.
WGFS AM 1430 Covington.
And WGFS brings you live play-by-play of the Newton Rams, the sub-region opener. They are taking on the Brookwood Broncos. Here's Middlebrook's first pitch, lined into center field. It's a base hit. So the Ram catcher starts things off right after Middlebrooks. Now we'll see Hires, Cleary, and Baker. Middlebrooks into that at bat was at .353. So he now has 7 hits and 18 trips to the plate. And here's Matt Vaughn as the courtesy runner. Middlebrooks can re-enter the game in the top half of the next inning. Chris Middlebrooks won't be scoring too many runs unless he hits home runs. Every time he makes it to first base, Rams put in a pinch runner for him. So with the runner Vaughn at first and no one out, here's Hires. Snap throw over, and Vaughn scrambles back in toward the first base bag. You know, Matt Vaughn might, in the next few games, be a little more cautious as a base runner. We'll tell you why in just a moment. Meanwhile, Stephen Hires awaits. Dusty Wall bringing the first pitch home to him. It's a strike on the outside corner. Against Columbia, with the Rams trailing by a run in the 6th inning, Vaughn was a courtesy runner inserted at second base. Columbia tried a fake pickoff play. Pitcher faked the throw towards second. They all acted as if the ball had gone into center field. Second baseman, shortstop running away towards center field. Vaughn takes off for third base, and of course the pitcher has the ball in his glove, tags him. He's sitting right there to tag him for the third out. And Vaughn ended up a little bit embarrassed after that. But Joe Brassfield has not lost confidence. He still has him in there as a courtesy runner. Throw gets in the dirt, gets away for the first baseman, so Vaughn will get the chance to advance here. That's an error on the pitcher. That pickoff throw bounced probably 3 feet in front of first base, so an error on the Wall puts Vaughn in scoring position. So the Rams have a chance to get the run back here. That double play looks even more huge now. With the bases loaded and 1 out, Brookwood up 1-0 with a chance to possibly blow things open. But the 4-6-3 double play, turning it against the speedy Ashley Sweat, very important. There's a swing and a liner past the shortstop into left for a base hit. Playing in shallow was Ashley Sweat, so Vaughn will have to hold. The single from Hires, back-to-back hits, puts runners at the corners here. No one out. Now here's Richie Cleary. Batting average-wise, Cleary has not been the man so far this year. He's at 200. However, as far as the extra base hits are concerned, he does have the 2 home runs and 6 RBI to his credit. Leads the Ram team in homers with 2. The Bronco head coach shouts some instructions out toward his team. Runners at the corners. We'll see how Brookwood plays it here. Third baseman fairly close to the line and in just a few steps. And the first baseman, of course, holding Hires there. Windy day, and Cleary only has to get a hold of one of these Dusty Wall fastballs, and the Rams could be up by a pair. Throw to first base. Hires goes back in. A dangerous play considering they just bounced the previous pickoff throw, and if they do it this time, then the Rams pick up a run. Stretch. First pitch. It is a curveball, and Cleary was way out in front. It's 0-1. The unfortunate thing about reaching sub-region play is a lot of these teams do their scouting the same way that Newton does. That is very extensive scouting, and they can spot weaknesses very quickly. And especially your second time seeing each of the sub-region teams, if you're not adept at hitting the curveball, you will see nothing but them, a steady diet of curveballs. Throw to first base, and Hires dives back in. Richie Cleary must have seen 6 fastballs his second time through the sub-region last year. There's another curveball, bounced toward third. Third baseman has to come in, make the play. He fires to first in time, and Matt Vaughn had to hold at third base, much to the disappointment of Joe Brassfield, who was telling him to go ahead on home as soon as the throw was made to first base, but he stayed put. Hires advances to second on the ground out, and 2 runners in scoring position here for Doyle Baker. Baker still the Rams' leading hitter at .500, 10 hits and 20 at-bats. Baker has seen a tremendous number of fastballs in the bottom half of this order. And because of that, he's been able to have some line drive hits, some extra base hits too. First pitch to him outside, ball 1. So it's a dilemma if you're Doyle Baker. Do you stay in the bottom part of the order and catch all the fastballs, or do you end up in a higher spot on the batting order where you can help your team out a lot more, drive in a lot more runs, but then you'll see a much different diet of pitches. They'll pitch you a lot more carefully. 1-0, another fastball, another one outside. Matt Vaughn, who's running for Chris Middlebrooks, is standing at third base right now. Stephen Hires is at second. We've got 1 down, and the Rams trail by a run here. Bottom half of the second inning. Come on by. Fine baseball action here at Riverside Park. The 2-0 is popped up. Could be trouble. Shallow left field. Sweat comes in, makes the catch. Vaughn fakes the tag. Throw was a good one. It would have had him. It was a shallow pop fly to left field, so I think Vaughn would have been ill-fated in any attempt to try to score there, and he stayed put. 2 down now. It'll take a hit from Bryce Avery. So after the Rams get out of their damage in the top half of the second, Brookwood threatens to do the same here in the bottom half after allowing the first 2 men to reach on singles and put runners at second and third after the ground out here. Dusty Wall is 1 out away from pitching himself out of a jam. Avery comes in at 200, 3 hits and 15 at-bats. He's missed some action with the team. He sees a first pitch curveball for strike 1. 0-1 to the Rams' left-handed number 9 batter. Started the year in the leadoff spot. He was unable to be with the team last Saturday. Wind of the pitch. Fastball. They call it a strike around the inside part. It's 0-2. Avery was bailing back away from the pitch. So Bryce Avery in a deep hole here. 2 down. Vaughn and Hires lead away. The 0-2 pitch. Bounce, and the pitcher, a nice play on 1 hop. He'll throw to first base in time. Dusty Wall coming off of his pitcher's position to field it well. That ball was headed toward center field, but Wall with a nice jumping play on it. I think his height helped him out there. So the Rams, after 2 base hits, leave those runners stranded. There was 1 error for the Brookwood Broncos in the inning, and the runners were left at second and third. So we played a pair of innings, and it's 1-0 Brookwood Broncos. As we go to the third, you're listening to Newton Ram Baseball here on WGFS AM 1430.
At Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies, we've got you covered. With vinyl, wallpaper, carpet, wood, parquet, VCT tile, interior design service, carpet cleaning service, and blinds. They're the largest and most complete carpet store serving Newton, Rockdale, and Morgan counties, Lake Oconee, and surrounding areas. They specialize in residential and commercial flooring. Their professional carpet consultants and interior designer will bring samples to your home, take measurements, and quote you a price, all in one visit. Call them, Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies, 786-9245, 786-9245, or in Madison, 342-3869, 342-3869. Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies.
How do you spend your Saturday mornings? Why not join Bill Dolan and Kevin Holden from 9 to 10 for the Saturday Morning Super Trivia Spectacular? That's your chance to win prizes and show your knowledge of trivia right here on WGFS AM 1430.
And we are back at Riverside Park, Newton High School. We head to the top half of the third inning. Kevin Holden bringing you play-by-play of the Rams and Brookwood Broncos. By the way, the bottom half of the third inning, I haven't mentioned much about it, but the bottom half of the third inning is the Hard Luck Cafe Wing Ding inning. Man, is somebody going to be chowing on some hot wings if somebody can take 1 yard in the bottom half of the third. We'll get to it shortly. First pitch, swung on, bounced, 2 hops. Nice play from Hires. That ball took a nice hop for him. Steps on the first base bag for the out. That actually looked like it was going to be a very tough ground ball, then hit the lip of the dirt grass area right out in front of first base and bounced up about chest high. Took Hires by surprise, as it would have taken anyone by surprise, but a good play. 1 down. Tarver singled his first time. He steps in there as Cleary goes through the order a second time around. This one is lined toward right field. Millwood on his horse isn't going to be able to make a play. Bounces at the base of the wall. Rounding first, heading for second is Tarver. It's a stand-up double. Wind blowing hard out that way. And for Corey Tarver, he just got the ball up in the wind, and it just carried far away from Josh Millwood in right field. Millwood, another Ram who had a little bit of an embarrassing spill in the championships against Columbia. There was a ball hit toward right field. Very similar to that one, as a matter of fact, that was hit by Tarver. Millwood tried to take 1 step in that direction. If you remember, it had been raining all day. Tried to take 1 step in that direction and fell, just absolutely fell flat. And by the time he got to the ball, runner was, I believe, on second base. Here's the stretch. The first pitch to Leonard Schaefer. Misses. 1 ball, no strikes to the right fielder, who's 0 for 1. He grounded out to Easterday last time. Brookwood with another runner in scoring position here. Stretch and the pitch. This one is driven deep to center field. Luke Allen going back on it, still going back. What an over-the-shoulder catch at the warning track. What a play from Luke Allen. Pumps the fist in center field. You can tell the athleticism and the speed of that center fielder. He was full speed the entire time running after that ball. And out in right center field, close to the Hard Luck Cafe sign, as a matter of fact, made a nice catch reminiscent of Willie Mays in the '54 World Series. What a play from Luke Allen. So it's out number 2, and here's Greene. He definitely saved a run, and probably a lot more, since the 5 and 6 spots are coming up. Those are your RBI spots, so you know you've got good hitters there. Cleary's first pitch up high to him. In the jackpot, we have got 90 hot wings to a potential winner. There's a swing and a liner back to the screen, but foul, 1-1. If a Ram player can hit one out of Riverside Park, it'll be 90 hot wings for some lucky contestant. If a grand slam is hit, it will be 100 hot wings. And we'll give you the details as to how to enter in the bottom half of the third. Cleary comes set. His 1-1 comes home, and it's a strike on the outside corner. That looked like a straight change from Cleary. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Greene. Greene is also 0 for 1. Bounced out his last time. Stretch and the pitch. This one is popped up foul, third base side. Come here for a second. We've got 2 down here in the third. The runner at second base is Corey Tarver. Got a lot of former Newton Ram players here. I've noticed a couple here this afternoon. We'll get to that in just a moment. Cleary, the long stretch and look in. The 1-2, strike 3 called, inside corner. He used the curveball as the out pitch this time. It's his second strikeout. Both of them called strike 3, and so for the Brookwood Broncos, the double with 1 out does no damage. He is stranded right there. After 2.5 innings of play, it's 1-0. Your Brookwood Broncos leading your Newton Rams. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS, AM 1430.
East Metro Communications, your local authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular, would like to thank their customers for making 1995 their best year ever. East Metro is this area's oldest cellular agent, and 1996 will be their 10th year in the cellular business. East Metro is starting off 1996 with another one of their incredible promotions. Free phones, no connect fee, no programming fee, and $100 credit on your first bill. If you're considering a cellular phone, go by East Metro Communications, a quarter-mile east of Newton General, at 7115 Highway 278 here in Covington, or give them a call at 786-6796. Certain restrictions apply, cannot be combined with any other promotion.
What's the crowd favorite at parties any time of the year? Why, it's hot wings from the Hard Luck Cafe. With flavors ranging from extra mild to TNT, they can placate any palate. There are 3 convenient locations to serve you, one in Madison, one in Conyers, and the original Little Red Building in Covington. So stop by for the best hot wings around, or call ahead so your order will be ready when you get there. In Covington, the number is 787-0421. That's 787-0421.
It is the Hard Luck Cafe wing ding inning. Welcome back to Riverside Park. If the Rams can hit a home run, we're going to have lots of hot wings going to somebody here. So as we go to the bottom half of the third, with the Rams trailing 1-0, a home run, of course, would put the Rams back into either a tie or a lead here. And if Jarvis Johnson can do it, the 90 hot wings will go to Crystal Hart, who lives in Covington, Georgia. Johnson 0 for 1, bounced out his first time. Wind from Dusty Wall, his pitch. First ball, fastball outside. Johnson came into this game at 409. He's now at 9 hits and 23 trips to the plate. Wall's wind and his pitch. Fastball inside, make it 2-0. After Johnson, we'll see Ryan Moon and Matt Easterday. Crystal Hart is hoping that she can put some fire into Jarvis Johnson's bat here. The 2-0 pitch, up high, ball 3. You imagine Johnson will be taking in this situation here. Leadoff man with a 3-0 count. The chance to get on base and do some damage there. 3-0 pitch on the way, and it's high, ball 4. But you can even fax us an entry at 784-9892, so you've got plenty of ways to reach us. Another pickoff throw almost gets away from Brookwood's first baseman, Craig Butler. That one, he had to scoop out of the dirt as the runner was diving back in. That almost became another sticky situation for the Broncos. After Moon, we'll see Matt Easterday. Matt took one out of this park. First game of the year against Eagles Landing. There's an off-speed pitch, swung on it, belted into left field. That's a base hit. Johnson stops at second. So for the second straight inning, Rams get the first 2 men on base. Now, they couldn't push anything across last time. Hopefully that'll change here with Easterday, who's batting for Sissy Martin of Covington. Some of the former Ram players that we see here this afternoon include Matt Hyers, who was the Rams shortstop for several years, and Sam Allen, who played 2 years of very inspiring third base for the Ram club and was red hot down the stretch in 1994 in the state playoffs. He was one of the toughest outs I have seen in high school ball at that time. Easterday was trying to sacrifice. Runners were both going on it, but he fouled the pitch off on the attempted sacrifice bunt, so it's 0-1. Easterday received a free pass his first time, and he was stranded there at first base as Luke Allen hit a liner to the shortstop, Chad Day, who made a nice catch about 6 inches off the ground. Johnson the runner at second, Moon at first, so you've got some speed on the base paths. Anything extra bases could clear the bases. Wall takes a look at second base. They're going to go back there, and would have been a close play, but the pickoff throw was to the first base side. Chad Day had snuck in behind the runner. They had Wiggins, the second baseman, there, and as he left, Chad Day was sneaking in there, but Johnson made it back in. Stretching the pitch, it's bounced toward third. A diving third baseman making the play, and he will only be able to step on third base for the out. Jarvis Johnson got hung up at second base and didn't realize it was a force play. He's receiving some words of chastisement right now from Joe Brassfield, so 5 unassisted, he is out. Reaching on the fielder's choice is Easterday. With 1 down in first and second, here's Luke Allen batting for Craig Treadwell. Treadwell lives here in Covington. Stretch from Dusty Wall. He brings it home. Allen with a swing and a miss. Actually must have foul tipped it because the ball gets away, but the runners are not moving. 0-1 the count. Brookwood scored in the top half of the first. No scoring since then. In fact, since then, Richie Cleary has allowed only one base hit. That to the catcher, Tarver, who is 2 for 2. The stretch. Curveball catches the outside corner to Luke Allen for a strike. After Allen, we'll see Chris Middlebrooks. Craig Treadwell trying to pick up 90 hot wings. The Hard Luck Cafe wing ding inning continues in its second year. Stretch, 0-2 pitch on the way home. Fastball missing low. That's a couple of times that we've seen Wall try to pick up the strikeout with a little extra something on that fastball. Every time he's tried it, though, he's missed. The sign, here's the stretch. Wall delivers. It's grounded toward short, bobbled there. They got the force at second base. That's all they could get. Luke Allen will be safe at first base. Retired 6 unassisted is Easterday. And moving over to third on the play is Ryan Moon. And if the shortstop Day had not bobbled that ball, they probably would have turned too, because he caught that ball right at the second base bag. All he had to do was catch it. He was right there at the bag. His throw to first would have been an easy one. But unfortunately for the Rams, he bobbled the ball, and now there are runners at the corners with 2 down. Middlebrooks bats for Stacy L. Cotton, also of Covington. And Middlebrooks has a home run to his credit this year, along with 8 runs driven in. He wouldn't mind adding to that total here. Be a nice time to do it. First pitch is in the dirt, and a good stop from Brookwood's catcher, Corey Tarver, with that tying run just 1 base away. And Ryan Moon, one of the Rams' fiercest competitors, if not the most fierce, sitting at third base. He's awaiting any chance that he can have to score. Runners lead away. They throw again to first base. It's something Brookwood's doing a lot of in this game, with runners at the corners going over to first base, and Wall has thrown over there a lot. And he's bounced a couple of throws, as a matter of fact. So Allen leads back away from first, fakes the steal, and on the pitch it's a curveball called strike, so making a ball and a strike to the Ram catcher, Chris Middlebrooks. If Middlebrooks can reach base, we'll see Stephen Hires. Joe Brassfield going through a set of signals here, and Allen again takes his lead away. First and third here with 2 down. They go to first base. Safe back there is Allen, and the Brookwood fans thought they had him picked off. Every Ram runner has reached base here, but we've had 2 fielders' choices, one in which Jarvis Johnson was hung up at second base and didn't realize a force play was on and was just standing out there. Allen's going on the pitch. It's swung on and missed. They'll allow him to have the stolen base. They got the swing and the miss from Middlebrooks, apparently a type of hit-and-run play. The hit and the run might have been independent of one another, but nonetheless, Allen is down at second base now after the stolen base. A single now drives in 2, but Middlebrooks swings and misses. And that is strike number 3 and out number 3 for the Rams here. So they, once again, get the first 2 men on base, but cannot push anything across. 1 hit. They left 2 men on base. And so we've played 3 innings, no winners in our Hard Luck Cafe wing ding inning. And what that means is when the Rams take on the Shiloh Generals Monday, no matter what kind of homer it is, it'll be worth 100 hot wings. So stay tuned for that. We go to the 4th with your score 1-0. The Broncos lead the Newton Rams. It's Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
Hey there, Carl the Greenskeeper here for the Hard Luck Cafe. You know me, I'm the guy who delivers hot wings to the trivia show every Saturday morning. Randy wanted me to be sure and let everyone know that the Hard Luck now has 3 locations. That's one in Conyers, one in Madison, and of course the original location in Covington. You know, that's that little red building down there where Nationwide used to be. So for the best hot wings around, stop by the Hard Luck or call ahead so your wings will be ready when you get there. I can't remember all the numbers, but in Covington it's 787-0421. That's 787-0421. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to tell them that Carl sent you.
It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware. Just check out these great prices for all your spring cleaning and gardening. Corona 21-inch head shears or Corona 24-inch bypass lopper, your choice, just $19.96. An Ace spring rake, $7.96. A Garden Weasel cultivator garden claw, $34.96. An Ace folding pruning saw, just $5.97. Or an Ace bypass lopper, just $19.97. It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware, your headquarters for spring cleaning and gardening. Mayfield Ace Hardware on the square in Covington.
We head to the fourth inning. We're at Riverside Park at Newton High School in Covington, Georgia. Ram Baseball live on WGFS, as it is always. Kevin Holden bringing you the play-by-play action. My executive producer today is Bill Dolan. It's unfortunate that he could not be with us, but of course he will be back in the very near future to bring you more Ram Baseball. First pitch from Richie Cleary to Craig Butler is low and inside, 1-0. So best wishes to Bill as he is at least listening in to Ram Baseball this afternoon. The wind, the 1-0 pitch, just barely got a piece of it and fouled it off to the left, make it 1-1. A very slow swing, just trying to meet the ball with the bat. Nothing very special there, almost like he was trying to push something down the third baseline, like a swinging bunt. 1-1. The curveball had no snap on it, so make it 2 balls and 1 strike. Back in the second inning, Butler led off with a walk. Chad Day singled, and the Rams were able to strand those runners thanks to a double play. There's a swing and a grounder fair down the first base line into the right field corner. Butler is going to round first, and the ball gets away from Millwood all the way to the right field foul pole, but stopping at second is Craig Butler. Apparently not a lot of speed out of the Brookwood first baseman, or else he might have been at third base there. So the leadoff double and another man in scoring position for the Broncos. The Rams can't seem to have a clean inning here. In the first, they had the first 3 men reach base. In the second, started with a walk and a single, stranded 2 runners there. In the third inning, with 1 out, Corey Tarver doubled. Rams were able to keep him stranded there. Here, Butler leads off with a double. And here's Day, who singled his last time, looking for the bunt, but went after a pitch out of the strike zone. 0-1. Has his head down. He wasn't very happy with himself after trying to go after a pitch outside the strike zone there. And on deck is Bulger, a strikeout victim in the second. So if Cleary can get past Day, he'll have the 8 and 9 spots in the order, trying to strand that runner once again. Curveball from the Ram hurler is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Rams are in at the corners, watching the sacrifice bunt. Baker is just off the infield grass, Hire standing right at the edge. Once again, they thought about the bunt. This time he pulled it back, but this time it was a strike. So a ball and 2 strikes, and the Rams will play back a few more steps. Baker almost back in normal position, as is Hires. Chad Day, a right-handed batter, up a few inches on the bat. Swinging away here, lines 1 foul off to the right. Brookwood understands with the 1-run lead, they have certainly not fooled the Rams tremendously. The Rams do have 3 base hits in 3 innings, and they've already had 7 people reach base in 3 innings. They just haven't been able to push anyone across. So Brookwood understands the value of getting a few more runs here. That's why they're trying the sacrifice with the runner at second and no one out. Middlebrooks with the sign. Here's the stretch and pitch. Swung on and missed. That's the best spotting of the curveball we've seen from Cleary, and it's strikeout number 3, the first time he's gotten a Brookwood batter swinging. 1 down. Here's Bulger. Bulger, one of 3 Richie Cleary strikeouts here. 1 down. We are in the 4th. Rams come in with 8 wins, only 1 loss, and another South Metro Tournament championship under their belts. It's a big momentum boost for them. Of course, it hasn't helped them a tremendous amount here as they've fallen behind. Cleary's first pitch, a strike called on the outside corner. It's 0-1. Cleary takes another look at second base. Brings it home. Fastball lined back to the screen. So he's got Bulger in an early hole here, 0-2. Wiggins on deck. walked his first time, but then was retired 4-6 at second base. Wiggins a very small strike zone, but Bulger's is much bigger. And Cleary prepares to bring the 0-2 home to him. That one missed just a little bit high. For the Rams in the bottom of the fourth, they start with Stephen Hires. Then Cleary will get a chance to help his own cause, and after that, Doyle Baker. And if any of them can reach, Bryce Avery. Cleary takes a look back at second base and looks Butler back to the bag. Senior pitcher comes to the belt, brings it home. A curveball bounced at home plate. It's a foul ball by a couple of feet. Middlebrooks caught the ball in the right-handed batter's box. Bulger bounced that ball right at the base of home plate. Closest back toward the catcher, and Middlebrooks had to make the play, as we mentioned, in the batter's box of the right-handed batter. So Bulger will dig back in here. A ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. Stretch and the pitch. Strike 3 called outside corner. This time a fastball. So Cleary mixing up his pitches and is looking much better as far as that's concerned. He didn't strike out a man until the second, but he's now got 4 strikeouts and they're 2 down. Cleary will at times run into trouble with the fastball in the first inning. Going out there trying to throw a lot of fastballs. We've seen it now 3 different times. The Winder game last year, Winder was just laying all over the fastball. First pitch called strike, inside corner to Wiggins. Winder scored 3 runs off Cleary in the first in that game here at Riverside Park last year. Then in the game against Columbia, he was getting hit kind of hard and started to mix up his pitches. That helped out a lot. Here's a swing at a high pop fly to center. Rams look like they'll get out of the inning. Allen makes the catch, and the leadoff double does not hurt as Brookwood strands yet another runner. They have stranded 5, so have the Rams. So both defenses doing a good job of keeping runners from scoring once they reach base. Here for the Broncos, no runs, 1 hit. They do leave that man at second. Halfway home with your score 1-0. Brookwood Broncos leading the Newton Rams. It's Ram Baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
If you're age 60 or better, Newton Federal has created benefits especially for you. Our Now Interest checking account pays current market interest on your entire checking balance, not just part of it, if you maintain a $100 balance. And we offer it to our 60-plus customers with no minimum balance requirements and no monthly maintenance fees. Talk with us today at Newton Federal Savings and Loan, FDIC insured. After all, you deserve the best.
Bulldog Tire Company is your complete car care center. They take off tires, wheels, have wheel alignment, tune-ups, brake service, road and farm service, radiator repair, wrecker service, and much, much more. That's Bulldog Tire Company. Talk to owner Tommy Coker at 787-6030, 787-6030. Bulldog Tire Company, 4108 Elm Street in Covington. Bulldog Tire Company.
The Newton Rams trail 1-0 as we head to the bottom half of inning number 4 as they take on the Brookwood Broncos. This is the first sub-region 8 Quad A South game for both teams. The first one that counts in the standings in the race for the region tournament. Rams will try to get on the scoreboard here, starting with Stephen Hires, who singled his last time but was stranded at second base. He swings and lines one into center field on the run, and not going to be able to get it is Nick Greene. So Hires around first. He'll head for second, stopping there. A stand-up double, and Stephen Hires ripping the cover off the ball right now. 2 for 2 in this affair. Interesting, in the top half of the 4th inning, the Broncos' number 6 batter, that being Craig Butler, led off the inning with a double, bringing up the 7, 8, and 9 spots. The Rams were able to keep Butler from even advancing to third. Here in the bottom of the 4th, the Rams' number 6 batter, Stephen Hires, has doubled to lead off the inning, and the 7, 8, and 9 spots come up. Here's Cleary. Cleary a ground out in his first at bat. Swings and pops one up foul here, first base side, giving chase in foul territory, and making a nice catch over the shoulder in foul territory is Butler. 3F in the scorebook as he caught it over by the first base dugout. He had to roam a long way to make that catch. The dugouts at Riverside Park are pushed in just a little bit from the fence, so the dugouts are actually in play, or the area around the dugouts is in play, and he caught that ball probably 5 feet down the right field line from the dugout. So with one down, here's Doyle Baker. Baker's 0 for 1 here. A 500 batting average entering this game. Dusty Wall steps off as the shortstop Chad Day, keeping Hires as close as humanly possible to that second base bag. In fact, he was standing there like a first baseman. They're looking for the bunt. It's a good one up the first base line. It'll get the runner over, and out at first base is Baker. Throw home is not in time. Stephen Hires scoring from second base on a sacrifice ground out and tie this game at 1 apiece. Rams carrying over the emotion and the intensity from last Saturday, every one of them out to greet Stephen Hires. What a play. Kind of reminds you of Major League. With the runner at second base, batter laid a bunt down and ended up scoring from second on the bunt. That's what happened. So it's a sacrifice, 1-3 in your scorebook. And Hires came around to score on the play. So no reason not to give Baker an RBI. We have tied this thing at 1 apiece, and that brings one of Brookwood's coaches out to talk to Dusty Wall. Of course, that play was by no means the fault of Dusty Wall. The throw from the first baseman was up the third base line, and that allowed Hires to dive in safely and tie this game. So here's Bryce Avery. Avery's 0 for 1, bounced one back to the pitcher, and a first pitch to him as he was trying to bunt it is a strike. That pitch probably missed by a foot inside, but Avery had the bunt squared around. So Doyle Baker with the RBI sacrifice groundout ties this thing. Avery takes a pitch up high. It's 1-1. So after all the stranded base runners for both teams, it took a play like that, but nonetheless, that play has happened. Tarver gives the sign. Dusty Wall brings the pitch home, a fastball back to the screen, and Wall's got little intensity behind him right now. He was coming in with a little extra mustard on the fastball there, but he missed low. So it's 2-1, and Avery can expect a good pitch to drive here. That experience in the top half of the batting order should help him here in the bottom half, where he'll see a lot more fastballs, including that one, but he swings and misses, make it 2-2. Avery's a free swinger. And his cut, as a matter of fact, reminds you a lot of Deion Sanders, a left-handed batter squatting in the batter's box, taking sort of chops at the ball. Doesn't walk very much, loves to take the swings like that one that's down the right field line and headed for the corner. Avery's got some serious speed. Watch him here. Heads for second for the double. He's rounding second, hasn't break stride at all. He heads for third. The throw comes in, and he is out at third base. Bryce Avery did not hesitate, rounding second, heading for third. Credit Joe Brassfield. He knew he had a fast man there and an aggressive base runner, but the throw was on the mark, and the third baseman applied the tag just as Avery was sliding in. He's retired 9-6-5. It's a double, but then retired for the third out here. So the final out of the inning made at third base. 2 hits for the Rams in the inning. They do pick up a run. They do not leave anyone on base. And we have played 4 innings from Riverside Park. We are tied at 1 apiece. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
The Bank of Covington offers full-service banking and convenient locations, and you can find what you want in a checking account, savings plan, simple interest loan, and 24-hour automatic banking that gives you access to over 8,000 ATMs throughout the Southeast and the USA. Just what you would expect from a leading financial institution. The Bank of Covington, member FDIC, an equal opportunity lender.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating, 786-4937. They'll send them packing. Termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls.
We've got a barn burner from Riverside Park. We're tied at 1 as we head to inning number 5. And for the Broncos here in the 5th, they start with the top of the order, Ashley Sweat. My name is Kevin Holden, bringing you play-by-play action of the Rams. Richie Cleary's first pitch home is low, ball 1. Ashley Sweat is followed by Clinton Mayhew and Corey Tarver. That's the top third of the Brookwood batting order. Rams scored in the bottom of the 4th to tie this game. Cleary's 1-0 offering misses outside as well, so we have 2 balls, no strikes. Sweat singled to lead off this game and grounded into a 4-6-3 double play that has been a real turning point for the Rams. The 2-0 pitch didn't miss by much, but it did miss just a little bit outside, so make it 3-0. Middlebrooks with the sign, 3-0 pitch on the way. That's a strike on the outside corner. The Brookwood Broncos, 5 hits. They've had at least 1 in every inning. In fact, doubles in 2 consecutive innings. Wind to 3-1 pitches all the way back to the screen. Ball 4. Not a man you want to put on base in a tie ball game like that. But he is on with no one out, and here's Mayhew, who's 0 for 1 with a walk. Broncos had 2 base hits in the first inning, a pair of singles. Chad Day added a single in the second, then doubles from Corey Tarver in the third and Craig Butler in the 4th. Those are the Brookwood hits in this one. The Rams also with 5 hits. 2 doubles in the 4th inning, 1 from Hires and 1 from Bryce Avery. They also had 2 hits in the second, 1 from Middlebrooks and 1 from Hires. Then a single in the third also from Ryan Moon. Clinton Mayhew thinking about the bunt here. First pitch, pulled it back, but it's strike 1. And Middlebrooks took a long look at first base, and Ashley Sweat was on his way back there. So it's 0-1 to Mayhew. Mayhew scored on a ground out. In fact, he has scored the only run that the Broncos have managed to push across. Once again, looking for the bunt. Snap throw to first base. Not in time there. Sweat gets back in. We didn't catch a call from the home plate umpire. I'm guessing the pitch missed a little bit low, so it's 1 ball, 1 strike. Cleary has walked 4 and struck out 4 in 4 innings. His counterpart, Dusty Wall, with a pair of walks, has only struck out 1 batter, but that was in a huge situation. Throw to first base and the runner's back. Middlebrooks struck out in the 3rd with runners at 2nd and 3rd. There's a bunt up the first base line. Richie Cleary is going to watch this thing roll foul. He ran right into the path of the base runner, Clint Mayhew, as that ball was rolling foul, and there's no call made against Cleary. But he was trying to field the bunt as it went up the first baseline. And for a second, Clint Mayhew had stopped at first base and was standing there apparently anticipating that the interference had been called. Either that or he didn't realize the ball had rolled foul. So after standing there for a while, he'll have to come back and actually earn his way to first base. Count is 1-2 to Mayhew. Clint Mayhew, a senior, at 5'11", 160. In fact, this Bronco team loaded up with seniors. Again, a throw to first base, and again, Ashley Sweat is back in. Counting the seniors on this roster, 13 seniors on this Brookwood Bronco team. They've got a big roster, probably 20 or 23 people on that roster. There's a bunt foul, and that's strike 3. Mayhew trying to bunt the runner over, tried to bunt a curveball with 2 strikes, and a tough pitch to bunt. It curved outside the strike zone. He had to push the bat literally out at the ball and bunt it foul toward the Brookwood dugout. Worst thing you want to do, because you're about to head that way, with strike 3. 5th strikeout for Cleary. There are no sophomores or freshmen on the roster that we have for Brookwood. Again, there are 13 seniors and 10 juniors, one of which has been crossed off, so apparently 22 people on this varsity squad. Runner fakes going here. The pitch is outside, ball 1. 22 is a little high usually for a varsity roster. Rams will usually run maybe 16 or 17. There's a swing and a liner toward right center field. That one's headed for the gap. Could be extra bases. Allen is over to cut it off. Runner is rounding third and heading for home. The throw there is going to be not in time, and it's back to the screen, and Cleary is going to retrieve it, but the Brookwood Broncos take a lead here 2-1 on the Newton Rams on that ball towards center field. Allen came over, cut it off. His throw in, caught by Hires, but Hires' throw toward home plate, I don't know if it would have had the runner anyway, but it was past Middlebrooks and back to the screen. That's a double for Corey Tarver. It is his third hit of the game. He advances to third on the throw. So the Broncos with a one-run lead here and a runner at third, one down. They'll have to decide if they want to keep the lead at one. I would guess they would. And they'll probably play the infield in here, but with the cleanup man up, Leonard Schaefer, you wonder, perhaps they'll decide to play it back just because of that. Conference at the mound for the Rams, the entire infield discussing their strategy, and they are going to play back here. They're back all the way around with maybe the exception of Doyle Baker, who is in at the edge of the grass and maybe in another step at third base. Now they're going to come in. So the infield was giving the look that they were going to be playing back, but right before Richie Cleary delivered his first pitch, which was outside for ball one, the Ram defense came in. So they're all just at the edge of the grass looking to cut off that runner at third base. Stretch, and Cleary brings it home, and there's a bouncer foul into the Newton Ram dugout. Evens accounted a ball and a strike. On deck is Nick Greene, who hasn't had much luck against Cleary, 0 for 2 with a ground out and a strikeout. The Rams play here in their first of 12 sub-region battles. The sub-region has 7 teams in it, of which the top 3 make it to the region tournament. The top 3 from the north side and the south side make it to the region tournament, with which this year is held at Clark Central in Athens. Cleary drops in a curveball, must have just missed high, so 2-1. But we'll see the top 3 teams from 8 Quad A North and the top 3 from 8 Quad A South make it to the tournament. And the Rams are trying to do that once again. Middlebrooks the sign. Here's the wind and pitch. That one just a little bit high, perhaps. Make it 3 balls, 1 strike. Middlebrooks was expecting the ball a little farther outside. That one tailed in. That may have cost him a strike call there. 3-1. Foul tipped into Middlebrooks' mitt. Makes it full, 3-2. Corey Tarver has certainly been the undoing for the Newton Rams. Led to the first run with the single in the first, then the double drove in Sweat here in the third. Did he go around? Yes, he did. So Leonard Schaefer is out. And that is out number 2, and a huge out here for Cleary and the Rams playing the infield in. They strike out Schaefer, and they can send the infielders back to their normal positions now, and here's Greene. Cleary has struck out 4 in the last 2 innings. In fact, 5 in the last 2 1/3. He brings the first one on home, and that's a strike. That one was on the inside part of the plate, so he's mixing up location well and changing speeds well. Middlebrooks sets up outside. That's a curveball, and that's a strike on the outside corner. Nick Greene almost threw his hands up in disgust at the call, but it was a good one. That one caught the outside part. So with an 0-2 count, Rams throwing a fastball high and tight. On deck is Butler. Rams would just as soon see him next inning. He is 1 for 1 with a walk. Pitch is swung on and missed. Middlebrooks held on to it, so another strikeout for Richie Cleary. 6 of the last 7 outs for Cleary have come by strikeout. The unfortunate thing is in the process, the Broncos pick up a run. They do so on 1 hit. There was not a Newton Ram error. They left a man at third base, did the Broncos. That may come back to haunt them. We've played 4.5 innings. Broncos lead the Newton Rams 2-1. It's Ram Baseball here on WGFS AM 1430.
Here at Coast to Coast Home and Auto, we have more ways for you to save than ever before. That's because for a limited time, every Toro Wheel Horse XL Series lawn tractor comes with a $100 factory rebate and no payments or interest till October. These tractors are available with tilt steering, step-through design, and recycler mowing decks. Plus, everyone comes with the Toro 2-year total coverage guarantee. And with a $100 rebate and no payments or interest until October, there are more reasons than ever to get a Toro Wheel Horse lawn tractor from Coast to Coast Home and Auto today. Are you tired of being ridiculed and laughed at because you don't have a cellular phone? Don't cry. East Metro Communications can help. East Metro has several free cellular phones to choose from. There's no connect fee, no programming fee, and a $100 credit on your first monthly bill. Now, how much easier can it get? East Metro Communications, this area's oldest authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular, is located right here in Covington at 7115 Highway 278. Visit their store a quarter-mile east of Newton General, or give them a call at 786-6796. Certain restrictions apply, cannot be combined with any other promotion.
Bottom half of the fifth inning from Riverside Park at Newton High School, and the Rams will start here at the top of the order with Jarvis Johnson. They trail 2-1. We're in the bottom half of the fifth inning, and as you would expect, the first sub-region battle of 1996 has been a good one so far. First pitch to Johnson, high and tight for ball one. Dusty Wall, been out there for 5 innings. Despite the pretty good heater, he's only struck out 1 batter. He's only walked 2. He winds and brings it home. There's a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. After Johnson, it's Moon and then Easterday. Jarvis Johnson is 0 for 1. Grounded out to start the game, then walked to lead off the third. Takes a pitch here, a curveball low. 2-1. Once again, here at the start of an inning like this, the Rams will do their best to try to make Wall throw the off-speed pitch for strikes. Otherwise, they'll just sit on the fastball. 2-1 is a fastball, and Johnson swings at a pitch about a foot high to even the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes. He did Dusty Wall a favor there. That would have been ball 3. But instead, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. The sign, the wind, and the pitch outside. Runs at full. Right now, Johnson would be at first base, but instead it's a full count. Ryan Moon on deck has 1 hit in 2 trips to the plate. 3-2 pitch. Johnson got a piece of it, fouled it back. From what we know, it promises to be another great year at 8 Quad A South. Do not miss any of the games the Rams play, because looks like a pretty strong sub-region for the most part. 3-2 pitch to Johnson, and that one missed, ball 4. It looked like a pretty good pitch from here, and the Brookwood fans give up a protest. But the Newton Ram fans, of course, clap very happily and don't say a word. They'll take it. Johnson reaching on the ball 4 call, and the Brookwood fans are letting the home plate umpire know how they feel. Joe Brassfield has called time. He's going to talk with Ryan Moon, which reminds us to let you know, oh, by the way, that we're going to have a big Saturday on WGFS, including the Saturday morning Super Trivia Spectacular from 9 to 10. Bill Dolan, who normally joins me on the Ram broadcast but is my producer today, will be the host, and I'll be the co-host this coming Saturday. That'll be tomorrow, of course. We'll bring you the Auto Advisor from 10 to 11, and plenty more, including the debut of a new program called Country Countdown USA. Don't miss it. It'll be on live tomorrow on WGFS, AM 1430. The stretch. Moon looking for the bunt. Bunts right back to the pitcher. Good play. Second baseman kind of late in covering, and the throw was almost into right field. But a good stretch, a good first baseman stretch from Marcus Wiggins, normally a second baseman. It is 1-4, the sacrifice. Puts the man in scoring position. So Ryan Moon does the little things necessary to win the games. Joe Brassfield will stress those fundamentals to his team, and when you're trailing by a run and you've got the middle of the order coming up, you want to try to get those men into scoring position, and Jarvis Johnson after the leadoff walk. Ryan Moon with the perfectly laid sacrifice bunt, and now Easterday will have a chance to tie the score again. First pitch gets away from the catcher, bounces 2/3 of the way up the screen. That's a wild pitch as Johnson goes to third. So now the Rams 90 feet away from tying the score. And any one of a number of things can happen here to make this one a tie score. You might see a wild pitch or a pass ball, and of course, any way that Easterday can make contact and try to get him home. Brookwood understands this, and they're going to bring the infield in here. 1 out, bottom of the 5th. Rams trail 2-1. Easterday taking a pitch high and inside. So Dusty Wall behind 2-0. No action in the bullpen for the Broncos. Likewise for the Newton Rams, they have no one warming up. stretch, and Dusty Wall delivers, and Easterday swings and lines one foul. That's down the right side, and that ball may not be seen for a long time. That one's rolling down by the extra sheds that they have down the right field side, and some ambitious young kid is going to go on about a mile-long trek to catch that foul ball. Here Easterday swings and lines one to right center field. Going back on it, Schaefer. Schaefer with a great catch at the base of the outfield wall. This will tie the score. Easterday with the sacrifice fly, a deep fly ball, but credit Leonard Schaefer with a terrific catch in right center field. In fact, it was right in front of the Hard Luck Cafe sign out there. Ties this game at 2 apiece. The Rams looking like a much better fundamental team here than they did even the week of the South Metro Tournament finals, the 3 games before the finals. Rams still had some trouble with the fundamentals, the errors, of course, and had some trouble executing other fundamentals. They look much better now, though. Here's Luke Allen, swings and misses at a pitch. It's 0-1. The first part, of course, being the errors. The Rams have cut down on the errors, and in fact, the Rams have not committed an error at all. There's been only one in this game, that on the Brookwood pitcher, Dusty Wall. His 0-1 pitch to Allen, strike 2 on the outside corner. But here's the big one for this inning. Rams don't have a base hit, yet they scored a run. They walked, Jarvis Johnson did, advanced on a sacrifice to third on a wild pitch, and home on a sac fly. 0-2 pitch, about 6 inches outside, 1-2 to the Rams center fielder, Luke Allen. Allen, a .389 hitter coming in. He awaits that 1-2 offering, swings and misses at the fastball. Dusty Wall with his second strikeout, and down go the Newton Rams, but not before they tie it once again. They score 1 run without the benefit of a base hit or an error by Brookwood. There was 1 wild pitch. No one was left on base. We have played 5 full innings from Riverside Park. Gear up, folks. The last 2 innings promise to be good ones. Your score is tied at 2. Ram Baseball on WGFS, AM 1430.
At Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies, we've got you covered. With vinyl, wallpaper, carpet, wood, parquet, VCT tile, interior design service, carpet cleaning service, and blinds. They're the largest and most complete carpet store serving Newton, Rockdale, and Morgan counties, Lake Oconee, and surrounding areas. They specialize in residential and commercial flooring. Their professional carpet consultants and interior designer will bring samples to your home, take measurements, and quote you a price all in one visit. Call them, Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies, 786-9245, 786-9245, or in Madison, 342-3869, 342-3869. Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies.
It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware. Just check out these great prices for all your spring cleaning and gardening. Corona 21-inch head shears or Corona 24-inch bypass lopper, your choice, just $19.96. An Ace spring rake, $7.96. A Garden Weasel cultivator garden claw, $34.96. An Ace folding pruning saw, just $5.97. Or an Ace bypass lopper, just $19.97. It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware, your headquarters for spring cleaning and gardening. Mayfield Ace Hardware on the square in Covington.
We head to the 6th inning with your score tied at 2. The Newton Rams and the Brookwood Broncos. 8 Quad A South. Action continues. Richie Cleary's first pitch is a called strike to Craig Butler. After Butler, it's Chad Day and Jason Boger. Rams trailing by a run twice in this game, and twice they have come back to tie the score. Now they'll try to hold the Broncos. The 0-1 pitch, about a 55-foot curveball. Evens it up at 1-1. Richie Cleary, the 14 strikeout performance against Columbia to help the Rams win the South Metro Tournament Championship. He received the Covington News Award for Athlete of the Week. And of course, you can get up-to-date statistics and all the action by picking up a copy of the Covington News. 1-1 pitch is inside. It's 2-1. They'll give you in-depth coverage. You can impress your friends with your knowledge of the Newton Rams, and all you have to do is read the Covington News sports section. Line in the 2-1 pitch. Line down the left field line, and a foul ball by about 3 feet. Not much of a swing from Butler. A left-handed batter reached out at an outside pitch and just poked at it, but almost got that thing to fall in down the left field line. So it's 2-2. So Cleary, I'm sure, appreciates the Athlete of the Week award, but I think he would also like to pick up the victory in this game. It would move him to 3-0, tying him for lead on the team and wins with Jason Lunsford. 2-2 pitch misses up high. It's a full count, 3-2. Lunsford's 3-0 with a save. Cleary is 2-0. Ryan Moon is also 2-0. Payoff pitch is due. Swung on and, he just got a piece of it. Did Craig Butler. So he stays alive here with no one out in the 6th. Butler doubled his last time. That was in the 4th. He also walked back in the 2nd. One of 4 free passes that Richie Cleary has given. Cleary has now struck out 7. He winds, brings the 3-2 home. Called strike 3, inside corner. Butler, I think, took a few steps to first base, but then had to turn and head to the first base dugout instead, and that is the 8th strikeout for Cleary, but the 4th consecutive out that he has gotten by strikeout. 7 of the last 8 outs have come via the K. And here's Chad Day. He's 1 for 2. He struck out his last time, then a single right before that. He takes a strike around the outside part of the plate, which draws a huge reaction from the Brookwood Bronco faithful. He winds, brings the 0-1 home. Curveball well outside, evens the count. Umpire has given Cleary a couple of outside strike calls. He's done the same for Dusty Wall of the Broncos. But the Brookwood fans will occasionally put up the protest. Cleary winds. He brings the 1-1 home. It's low, 2-1. And you know what? I finally figured out why it is that all of these former Ram players are here. We talked about Sam Allen being here. Matt Hires is here. Brian Moon and Lance Cawthon are both here, as a matter of fact. Cleary winds and delivers. Called strike at the knees. It's 2-2. The colleges are on spring break. I should know that. Spring break for all of the colleges in this area means that a lot of these folks are back home for at least a little while. 2-2 pitch on the way, swung on and grounded on 3 hops to Easterday. Nice play charging. And a liner throw to first base. Right at the chest of Stephen Hires. You like to see it. 2 down. I couldn't figure out why, after not seeing very many of those folks, that all of a sudden everybody seems to show up at once, but of course it makes sense. It's spring break for the colleges, and so we see Matt Hires here, and Sam Allen came up and spoke to us briefly up in the press box. And my spotter here with me this afternoon has spotted Brian Moon and Lance Cawthon. 2 down. Here's Jason Bulger. Bulger has been frustrated by Richie Cleary today, going 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Here he swings at the first pitch, pops it right back this way, and it's going to fall about 10 feet and over and right back this way again. The first hop almost took it back up here to the press box, but a nice play made by a young one down there. It's 0-1. That foul ball at first I thought was headed back this way, but it was actually on the first hop that it bounced right below us, probably 3 feet below us here. I tell you, we're going to get a foul ball here before this year's over with. 0-1 pitch from Cleary. A little bit up high, make it 1-1. Kind of pulled the string there with the off speed. Bulger didn't pull the trigger, but you could tell he was fooled. Here's the 1-1, another off speed, and that's a strike on the inside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 down, we're in the 6th, tied at 2. Rams with a gutsy battle here. They've battled back from some tough situations. Swing and a miss. High fastball from Richie Cleary and another strikeout. So in the last 3 innings, Cleary has struck out 7, giving him a total of 9 for the game. Brookwood goes down 1-2-3 for the first time in this game. We go to the bottom half of inning number 6. We are tied at 2. You are listening to... And welcome back to Riverside Park. Kevin Holden bringing you the play-by-play action. Bill Dolan is our executive producer. He will rejoin us in a couple of Ram broadcasts, and the dynamic duo will be back together giving you the live play-by-play. But in the meanwhile, we head to the bottom of the 6th. We're tied at 2. Rams and Brookwood Broncos from Riverside Park, Newton High School, the 8 Quad A South battle. Here's Chris Middlebrooks. First pitch swinging, pops it up. Shallow left center field. Center fielder Nick Greene comes in, makes the play. And that's the first out. We'll see Stephen Hires and Richie Cleary as the next 2 men up. Rams, I would say, have the momentum in their corner. Of course, that can change at any time. But Richie Cleary has come out and looked very strong the last 3 innings, where the Ram bats haven't been the most alive the last few innings, but the fundamentals have been there. They scored in the 5th without the benefit of a base hit. Hires takes the first pitch for strike 1. And don't discount the bottom half of this Ram batting order. Even though 6, 7, 8, and 9 are coming up, one of those has the highest average on the team in Doyle Baker. There's a swing and a grounder toward third, making a nice play in the hole as Clinton Mayhew. His throw is in time. So 2 down. And here steps Richie Cleary. Now, don't you think that in the back of Richie Cleary's mind right now, he's thinking that he could really, really help himself with a long one and a 1-run Newton Ram lead. If he could take one out of here, Rams would lead 3-2. He could come back out for the 7th and knock out this Bronco team. Certainly Cleary remembers the games against the Broncos last year. They split during the regular season. The Rams blowing a lead at Brookwood. In fact, at that time they were ranked number 1 in the state of Georgia. But they blew the lead at Brookwood. Then later in the region tournament, Cleary missed by 6 inches of giving the Rams the lead over Brookwood. Here he swings and bounces one, a high 2-hopper, going to be a tough play, and the shortstop Chad Day can't make the play. That's a base hit for Cleary. I don't know if they would have had the chance to get him anyway. It's an infield single for Cleary, so there is a runner at first base. But as going back to what we were saying before, Cleary bounced one, or drove one to the left center field wall, and another foot or two, and the Rams might have won that game. And, of course, you could say the same for the Rams' other region tournament game against the Parkview Panthers. Britt Mask was picked off second base to end that game, the Parkview game, that is. And the Rams' 2 losses knocked him out, but certainly very close games. They were not outmatched by anyone last year. Throw to first base, and Cleary's back in. Look for Parkview to be another strong contender in this 8 Quad A South sub-region. Of course, this Brookwood team always seems to hang around, and the Rams traditionally have some trouble with the Berkmar Patriots, especially at Berkmar. Delayed steal from Richie Cleary, and the throw goes into center field, and Cleary has to stay put. Nick Greene using his speed to cut the ball off before Cleary could advance, but that was a delayed steal from Cleary. Caught everyone by surprise. We've got a count of 1-0 to Baker. Parkview is ranked number 7 in one of the polls in Quad A. Of course, the Rams number 6 in the latest poll. They cracked the top 10 after winning that tournament on Saturday. Baker takes a pitch high and outside, ball 2, the South Metro tournament that the Rams had a history of winning, 92, 93, 94, and 95, and you can add 1996 to it. A handful, literally, of championships. Baker, overmatched by the fastball, swings and misses. It's 2-1. Baker flew out to left field in the 2nd inning. A well-laid sacrifice bunt that scored Hires. That was in the 4th. Here he takes a half swing at a pitch outside. They check the second base umpire, says he did not go around. 3 balls, 1 strike. Baker awaits the 3-1 offering on the way from Dusty Wall. Here it is. He swings and misses. That was a low fastball, and Baker was trying to golf that pitch. Came up with nothing but air. After Baker, it's Bryce Avery. Avery doubled and was thrown out. 9-6-5, trying to go to third. 3-2 pitch. Called, strike 3. Around the outside part of the plate. This time Brookwood gets the benefit of the neighborhood call around the outside part. So Baker goes down on strikes. The Rams cannot push a run across here in the 6th. They do have 1 hit. They leave a man on base. We played 6 full innings from Riverside Park, and as we head to the 7th, nothing has been decided. We are tied at 2 apiece. Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
Bulldog Tire Company is your complete car care center. They take off tires, wheels, have wheel alignment, tune-ups, brake service, road and farm service, radiator repair, wrecker service, and much, much more. That's Bulldog Tire Company. Talk to owner Tommy Coker at 787-6030, 787-6030. Bulldog Tire Company, 4108 Elm Street in Covington. Bulldog Tire Company.
The best money manager around is a checking account from the Bank of Covington. It's easy to keep track of your income and all your expenses with your checkbook and the detailed monthly statements we send you. It lets you see where you might save money, and it really helps in balancing your budget. If you're not already enjoying such financial assistance, learn all the advantages of a personal checking account at one of the convenient Bank of Covington locations. The Bank of Covington, member FDIC.
Little hope. The Newton Rams are too legit to quit here in the 7th inning as they try to retire the Brookwood Broncos one last time. Then they'll get their shot of the bottom half of the 7th. The opening sub-region game has been a barn burner from Riverside Park and Newton High School. If you missed this action, why don't you come on out Monday and check out the Rams as they continue sub-region battle against the Shiloh Generals. That's a 5 o'clock start live on WGFS. Don't miss it Monday. Coming up here for the Broncos in the 7th, we'll start with Marcus Wiggins and then Ashley Sweat and Clint Mayhew. Wiggins is the number 9 batter. Walked his first time, flied out to center his second time. Cleary has been dominant the last couple of innings. Can he continue that here in the 7th? First pitch, curveball inside. The pitch on the outside corner to the right-handers is an inside pitch to the lefties, and the umpire does not give the same call there. 1-0 pitch. It's up high, ball 2. Cleary has walked 4, but the last batter he walked was Ashley Sweat in the 5th. Since then, he's allowed 1 hit. He's struck out 5. Has 9 strikeouts in all. Chris Middlebrooks gives the sign. Here's Cleary's wind, his 2-0 pitch. Grounded towards second base. Ryan Moon. A clean play, a little high of a throw, but Stephen Hires makes the pick. First out. 1 down. Here's Ashley Sweat. Sweat is 1 for 2. He started this game off for the Broncos by singling. Then in the second inning, with the Broncos threatening, had the bases loaded, 1 out. Looked like the Rams would be in trouble. Sweat bounced into a 4-6-3 double play. He came around to score after walking in the 5th. Here he takes the first pitch from Richie Cleary for ball 1, low and inside. Clint Mayhew on deck is without a base hit, so Cleary would like nothing more than to retire this Brookwood team. 1-2-3. Called strike near the outside corner, and here later, in the later stages of the game, the home plate umpire is giving a lot of outside pitches, just as we saw in the Salem game, although not quite that extreme. The 1-1 line foul, right side. So it's a ball and 2 strikes. In the Salem game, pitches that, at least from the press box, we don't want to start any type of criticism, but at least from the press box seemed at least a foot outside were being called strikes. That isn't happening here, but there's some extra room being given on the black of the plate. 1-1 is missing up high, so it evens the count. Need to make a correction. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes, not 1 strike. 2-2 pitch from Cleary is lined. Matt Easterday is there to make the play. That's the second out. Hard hit ball, but Easterday was standing right at that shortstop position, had to range maybe 2 steps toward the third base bag, and with 2 down, here's Clint Mayhew. Mayhew scored the first Brookwood run. That was in the first. He walked, advanced to third on the single by Tarver, and came in to score on the ground out by Leonard Schaefer. The Rams played the infield back there, conceded the run for the out. Well, they got the out and gave up the run. First pitch to Schaefer. There's a strike outside corner. For the Rams, in the bottom half of the 7th, they started with Bryce Avery. If Avery can reach, then it's Johnson, Moon, and Easterday. The wind from Richie Cleary is 0-1 pitch. Fastball right down the heart, strike 2. Cleary has done his best pitching when it's mattered most, and that's the one thing you like to see in a pitcher. Cleary steps it up a notch in the clutch. Here's his wind and his 0-2 pitch. Inside, ball 1. The Columbia game, the Rams were up against almost impossible odds, facing an undefeated team to that point and a left-hander who is rumored to throw in the lower 90s. I think in the game he looked more like he was throwing maybe upper 80s. Still, though, a tough one to hit, but the Rams overcame that thanks to Cleary. There's a swing and a miss. Cleary throws the curveball to Clint Mayhew, gets him to strike out for the second straight at bat. And for Cleary, that's strikeout number 10. Brookwood goes down 1-2-3, and Cleary's retired 8 straight. Can the Rams avoid extra innings? We'll see in 60 seconds, Ram baseball here on WGFS AM 1430.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating, 786-4937. They'll send them packing. Termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls. Here at Coast to Coast Home and Auto, we have more ways for you to save than ever before. That's because for a limited time, every Toro Wheel Horse XL Series lawn tractor comes with a $100 factory rebate and no payments or interest till October. These tractors are available with tilt steering, step-through design, and recycler mowing decks. Plus, everyone comes with a Toro 2-year total coverage guarantee. And with a $100 rebate and no payments or interest until October, there are more reasons than ever to get a Toro Wheel Horse lawn tractor from Coast to Coast Home and Auto today.
Welcome back to Riverside Park at Newton High School. We reached the bottom half of the 7th, tied at 2. Rams need to push one measly little run across, and they'll have their first 8 Quad A South win of 1996 and their first 8 Quad A South game of 1996. Sure sounds easy, doesn't it? Well, it's a lot harder than it sounds. Rams will start it with Bryce Avery, and after him it's Jarvis Johnson and Ryan Moon. Bryce Avery, 1 out of 2. Last time up, he hit a ball down the right field line and was thrown out, trying to stretch a double into a triple. Here he takes the first pitch up high for ball 1. Avery has certainly got speed. You'll love to see him on base to start the bottom half of the 7th here. Dusty Wall has gone the complete way for the Broncos. Brings it home. That one nearly hit Avery. He really was bailing out of that pitch. 2-0. Corey Tarver, who is 3 for 3, Brookwood catcher, gives the sign. 2-0 pitch right down the heart for strike 1. Corey Tarver has exactly half of Brookwood's hits. They have 6. He is 3 for 3 with the pair of doubles and a single. Rams also with 6 hits. Pitch to Avery, another strike, make it 2-2. I don't know how much bunting Bryce Avery has done, but he has got a ton of room up the first baseline and the third baseline. And he's got the speed to beat one of those out. The 2-2 pitch to him was behind him, and Avery ducked in toward home plate to avoid that pitch. It's a full count. So Dusty Wall once again with 2 strikes, tried to muscle up and throw the fastball with the extra heat on it and got away from it. Full count to Bryce Avery. A crucial pitch here. Bottom half of the 7th, tied at 2. The wind, payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Basically, Dusty Wall told Bryce Avery, here's my best fastball, try to hit it. Avery tried to, came up short. 1 down, now back to the top of the order. Johnson's 0 for 1. Last 2 times up there, he has drawn free passes. The Rams hope to see more of that patient eye from Johnson. They'll keep him in the leadoff spot as long as that continues. Wind and the first pitch to him misses low. If we go to extra innings, the Rams will have this much of an advantage. Cleary will have retired 8 straight, 5 of them via the strikeout. There's a called strike. It's 1-1. Johnson, a left-handed batter, and once again, he's being given a ton of room. He could bunt. 1-1 pitch, a fastball, high and tight. It's 2-1. The Rams can score a run here. They'll move their record to 9-1 and start off the sub-region in great fashion, building off the momentum of the tournament. 2-1 pitch fouled back to the screen. It's 2-2. I'll tell you this much. If this Brookwood game had been played directly after the Henry County game, the Rams would be in a much different circumstance, I believe, because the Rams were really in trouble after the Henry County game, making 9 errors. They had lost a little confidence in themselves. It took Saturday and the return of Chris Middlebrooks to get that back and get them ready for this game here. 2-2. That one nearly hit Jarvis Johnson. He jumped back away from the pitch. Makes the count full 3-2. And don't you wish that Johnson maybe had stuck a thigh out at the wrong spot and possibly just taken one for the team? Either way, the count goes to 3-2. Dusty Wall winds. He delivers. Low, ball 4. That was a fastball that was about 56 feet, bounced in the dirt, and the way the home plate umpire turned away from that pitch, that may have hit him in the mask. I think it got away from Tarver and hit the home plate umpire in the mask. Regardless, though, Johnson's at first base now with one out, so the Rams have that base runner. Johnson represents the man that could end this game. Here's Ryan Moon. 1 out of 2, a great sacrifice bunt. He almost beat it out last time. Also a single and a ground out to short. They throw to first base. Johnson's back in. With Jarvis Johnson at first base, I would doubt you would see him try to steal second. In a tight ball game like this, the Rams will probably rely on their bats to do some damage here. Throw to first base once again, and this time no tag is applied. Johnson was back in well before the throw came in. Ryan Moon came in at 381. First pitch to him is inside by about 6 inches on the straight change. On deck is Matt Easterday. He's hitless in this game. He has reached base twice, though. Also has a sac fly to his credit. One of the better hit balls of the day, deep to right center field. Stretch and the pitch to Moon. That's a strike on the outside corner. Don Shepard, the first base coach of the Newton Rams, claps his hands in encouragement, trying to stay warm down there. The temperatures have gotten kind of cold. The lights are on here. Mother Nature can't make up her mind. We're in spring, but you certainly wouldn't know it the way it feels here at this exact time. Pickoff play toward first base, and the throw bounced 2 feet in front of the first baseman and kicked towards second, right to Marcus Wiggins. If that ball had kicked in any other direction, we'd have a runner in scoring position right now, but that one kicked right out to the second baseman, Marcus Wiggins. So Johnson remains at first. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another throw over, and again he's back. And again, they ran the danger of throwing one into right field. Craig Butler had to lean out towards second base and stop that ball as it was coming in the dirt. The stretch, runners going with the pitch. It's swung on and missed. Here's the throw to second base, and Johnson is out at second base. It looked as if he didn't slide. Johnson is retired 2-6, the caught stealing. So they were going with the straight stolen base. Johnson is out 2-6, and I believe he didn't slide on his way into second base. I think Johnson believed that he was going to be safe, but instead he is tagged out. So now with 2 down, this inning takes on a much different feel. The Rams have really got to try to put something together. A ball, 2 strikes, 2 down. And no one on base. The 1-2 pitch is popped up. Left side of the infield, Chad Day is going to be called off by the center fielder, Nick Greene. In shallow center, he makes the play. So the Rams get the base runner, but Johnson is caught stealing. And we're going to head to extra innings here at Riverside Park. A little extra bang for your buck. We're tied at 2 in the first sub-region game of 1996. Newton Ram baseball here on WGFS AM 1430.
At Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies, we've got you covered with vinyl, wallpaper, carpet, wood, parquet, VCT tile, interior design service, carpet cleaning service, and blinds. They're the largest and most complete carpet store serving Newton, Rockdale, and Morgan counties, Lake Oconee, and surrounding areas. They specialize in residential and commercial flooring. Their professional carpet consultants and interior designer will bring samples to your home, take measurements, and quote you a price all in one visit. Call them, Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies, 786-9245, 786-9245, or in Madison, 342-3869. 342-3869. Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies.
How do you spend your Saturday mornings? Why not join Bill Dolan and Kevin Holden from 9 to 10 for the Saturday morning Super Trivia Spectacular? That's your chance to win prizes and show your knowledge of trivia right here on WGFS AM 1430.
Welcome back to Riverside Park. We head to the 8th inning. That's right, our first extra inning affair of 1996. We're tied at 2. And leading off for the Brookwood Broncos is Corey Tarver. And if you have to face Tarver, you'd like to do it with no one on base. So maybe this is an optimal situation for the Rams. Reason why I say that, Corey Tarver is 3 for 3, 2 doubles and a single. He owns exactly half of Brookwood's base hits. And Richie Cleary's out there for the 8th inning. Tarver takes the first pitch down low. After Tarver, it's Leonard, Schaefer, and Nick Greene, who are a combined 0 for 6 with 3 strikeouts against Cleary. He'd love to get Tarver. The road would be much easier from there. 1-0, a strike on the outside corner with the fastball. Cleary hasn't lost much off the fastball. He's got 10 strikeouts through 7 innings. He winds and brings the 1-1. The off-speed pitch grounded toward Easterday. Nice short hop play there. The throw is high, pulled Hires off the bag, but he came down in time. Easterday's throw bothered us a little bit up here in the press box, gave us a little bit of a scare, but Hires with a good play at first base, coming down on the bag just ahead of Tarver. So with one down, here's Schaefer. Cleary struck him out in the 5th and got him to pop up to the center fielder in the 3rd and ground out to Easterday in the 1st. Still important to note that the Rams are without an error in this game. First pitch is popped up, first base side, foul. It's 0-1. Of course, it helps that Cleary has struck out 10. That's 10 batters that don't get the chance to hit ground balls, but the Rams have made some good plays here, especially at shortstop. Matt Easterday has made a couple of great plays out there. Wind and the 0-1. Curveball missing a little bit inside. Due up for the Rams in the bottom of the 8th, it'll be Matt Easterday, Luke Allen, and Chris Middlebrooks, but we can worry about that once the Rams retire the Broncos here. 1-1 pitch, up high, ball 2. Easterday and Allen both hitless in this game. Middlebrooks does have 1 base hit. That was in the 2nd to lead off that inning. Rams stranded 2 runners that inning. Here's a swing and a shallow pop fly into center field. Luke Allen speeds in and makes the catch. That's the 2nd out. Allen was playing a little bit shallow on Schaefer. Schaefer just hit a lazy little pop fly. Allen had to come a long way in for it. 2 down, and here's Nick Greene, who is 0 for 3. Cleary's gotten him twice on strikeouts, and also Greene grounded out to Doyle Baker at 3rd. Tied at 2. What a first game of 1996 in Sub-Region 8 Quad A South. Strike call on the first pitch. Right after that South Metro Tournament Championship, this Ram team is playing with a lot more emotion and a lot more fire. The 0-1 pitch, a fastball in the dirt, and honestly, that might be the fastest pitch Cleary has thrown. I think he reached back for something extra there. A ball and a strike. The curveball is grounded toward the hole between 1st and 2nd. Moon with a nice play cutting it off. His throw is in time. Cleary has retired 11 straight Broncos. They go down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom half of the 8th. We are still tied at 2. Ram baseball on WGFS, AM 1430.
East Metro Communications, your local authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular, would like to thank their customers for making 1995 their best year ever. East Metro is this area's oldest cellular agent, and 1996 will be their 10th year in the cellular business. East Metro is starting off 1996 with another one of their incredible promotions. Free phones, no connect fee, no programming fee, and $100 credit on your first bill. If you're considering a cellular phone, go by East Metro Communications, a quarter-mile east of Newton General, at 7115 Highway 278 here in Covington, or give them a call at 786-6796. Certain restrictions apply, cannot be combined with any other promotion.
It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware. Just check out these great prices for all your spring cleaning and gardening. Corona 21-inch head shears or Corona 24-inch bypass lopper, your choice, just $19.96. An Ace spring rake, $7.96. A Garden Weasel cultivator garden claw, $34.96. An Ace folding pruning saw, just $5.97. Or an Ace bypass lopper, just $19.97. It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware, your headquarters for spring cleaning and gardening. Mayfield Ace Hardware on the square in Covington.
If the Rams can get a base runner and push him across, they will have the automatic victory here. We're in extra innings at Riverside Park. We go to the bottom half of the 8th. Kevin Holden brings you the extra inning play-by-play. Number 8, Matt Easterday steps in. He's followed by Luke Allen and Chris Middlebrooks. Easterday takes the first pitch up high, ball 1. The Rams shortstop walked in the 1st and reached on a fielder's choice in the 3rd, hit a long sac fly in the 5th, and he takes one down low for ball 2. No, it's a called strike. At the knees, making it 1-1. Right-handed batter awaits, and the 1-1 pitch is down low despite the 10 or 12 umpires we might have on the other side of the screen back here. 2-1. Rams scored a run in the fourth and a run in the fifth to force this thing to extra innings. 2-1 pitch outside, ball 3. If Easterday reaches base, you've got an interesting situation. Luke Allen is up. Luke, of course, one of the Rams' better hitters, but he's hitless in this game, and he's got a lot of speed. Do you try to sacrifice it? Easterday, meanwhile, at the 3-1, swings and fouls it off. He's got ideas of his own. It's 3-2. I've got a question. If this game goes, say, 12 or 13 innings, should we have maybe another Hard Luck Cafe wing ding inning? Because it's essentially the equivalent of 2 games. We'll have to check on it and see. 3-2 pitch, called strike 3, outside corner. Easterday was trotting to first base, trying to help the home plate umpire's call, but that caught the outside part, and the home plate ump has been giving those calls on the outside part all night. So that's a strikeout for Wall, his 5th in 7 1/3 innings. So here's Luke Allen. Luke is 0 for 3. Does have a stolen base to his credit. He did reach on a fielder's choice and then stole second, and that pitch hit him. First pitch almost hit Luke Allen, but it goes back to the screen, so it's 1-0. After Luke, we'll see Chris Middlebrooks. Rams have been held hitless since the 4th inning. The pitch from Dusty Wall is up high, ball 2. The last Ram hit was a double off of the bat of Stephen Hires. And since the 4th, there has been one other base hit. Richie Cleary did single in the 6th. 2-0 pitch, misses as well. So 3 balls, no strikes to the Ram cleanup batter. Have a feeling you'll see the bat on his shoulders here. And a 3-0 pitch, misses outside, ball 4. So there's your base runner, Luke Allen. You got a fast one at first base with 1 down. And a good hitter in Chris Middlebrooks. Middlebrooks did strike out once. That was in the 3rd with runners on base. In the 6th, he led off that inning by flying out to the center fielder. Allen, the runner at first, represents what would be the go-ahead and winning run. Middlebrooks with that weight back on the back foot takes the first pitch for ball 1, a fastball inside. After Middlebrooks is Stephen Hires, who's 2 for 3 and has been swinging a red-hot bat. Now Brookwood's catcher Corey Tarver calls time, and he and Dusty Wall are going to have a conversation here. Middlebrooks, a little bit like Richie Cleary, loves the fastballs. If you give him a fastball, especially high and tight, he can turn on it and drive it out of Riverside Park in no time flat. Does have 1 homer to his credit so far in 96. Allen taking his lead at first base. They go over there, and he's back in. His lead wasn't that big, maybe a step or 2 away from the bag. And all he had to do was turn, really, and just dive back in. 1 ball, no strikes to Middlebrooks. Stretch and the pitch. That's a strike. That was on the inside part. And the Brookwood Broncos middle infielders coming in behind their pitcher on every throw back from the catcher. They want to make sure that nothing escapes into center field here. A snap throw to first. Back in is Allen. Craig Butler with a nice job there, applying the quick swipe tag to Luke Allen, trying to deceive the first base umpire. Stretch. The pitch to Middlebrooks. Another fastball, and that one's a little bit low for ball 2. Now a 2-1 count with 1 out. You've got the manager's count. If you're Joe Brassfield of the Newton Rams, you can do any one of a number of things here. Will he have a strategy on? Runner was going, and they've got him picked off. Runner throw from the first baseman out to the shortstop, chases him back toward first base. Butler now chasing Allen back toward second. Throw goes to Chad Day. Day trying to get him back to first base, and they apply the tag, and Allen is out. So with a 2-1 count, Allen was going to second base, but he is retired, and we're going to attempt to see how this goes in your scorebook. I'm going to say, and I've got all this right except 1, I believe. He's retired 1, 3, 6, 3, 6, 4. The rundown, he's caught stealing. 1, 3, 6, 3, 6, 4 in your scorebook. Middlebrooks swings, pops one up on the infield. Chad Day has to range out. This could be a tough one. And Day made the catch with two outfielders, Ashley Sweat and Nick Greene, almost colliding behind him. So a nice play from the Brookwood shortstop, and we're going to have another inning of Ram Bronco action here. No runs, no hits. No runners left on base. Luke Allen, the lone base runner, was caught stealing. So we head to the ninth inning with your score. Tied at 2. Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
If you're age 60 or better, Newton Federal has created benefits especially for you. Our Now Interest checking account pays current market interest on your entire checking balance, not just part of it, if you maintain a $100 balance. And we offer it to our 60-plus customers with no minimum balance requirements and no monthly maintenance fees. Talk with us today at Newton Federal Savings and Loan, FDIC insured. After all, you deserve the best.
Bulldog Tire Company is your complete car care center. They take off tires, wheels, have wheel alignment, tune-ups, brake service, road and farm service, radiator repair, wrecker service, and much, much more. That's Bulldog Tire Company. Talk to owner Tommy Coker at 787-6030, 787-6030. Bulldog Tire Company, 4108 Elm Street in Covington. Bulldog Tire Company.
The Newton Rams have a new pitcher as we head to the ninth inning. It is Luke Allen. We're tabulating the final line here on Richie Cleary. He pitched a total of 8 innings, and it's unfortunate that this one had to go 9 because he certainly deserved to win for the way he pitched. In 8 innings, he faced a total of 32 batters, giving up just the 2 runs, both of them earned, and none after the 5th inning. Gave up 6 hits, 4 walks, 10 strikeouts, and retired the last 11 men that he faced. But the unfortunate thing is you can't blow the young man's arm out. You'd love to have him pitch indefinitely, but of course you have to have a pitch limit, and Richie Cleary has reached that limit. So it will be up to Luke Allen to continue here against the Broncos in the ninth. Craig Butler is the first man due up for the Broncos. He is 1 for 2 with a walk. It's Butler, Chad Day, and Jason Boger. For the Rams in the bottom half of the ninth, they'll start with Stephen Hires, and then it's Cleary and then Baker. Allen winds his first pitch. The curveball missing the outside half of the plate. It's 1-0. Luke Allen, a hard thrower, just like Richie Cleary, but likes to mix it up, and the fastball is inside for ball 2, and for Allen, you could see a little bit of the old ways there. He had toned down his delivery the last few games, but he went back to his old delivery there. There's a swing and a miss on the fastball. It's 2-1. Allen will, every once in a while, try to put a little something extra behind the fastball and throw that front side of his body out in front. There's an off-speed pitch, bounced on 2 hops, 3 to Stephen Hires. He feeds Luke Allen, who comes over to cover, and that's 12 straight, retired by Ram pitching. Out number 1, and here's Day, who's 1 for 3. Brookwood, after the double in the 5th inning, off the bat of Corey Tarver, has been completely silent with the bats. Of the last 12 that have gone down in a row, 5 strikeouts in there, only 1 pop fly. Luke Allen's first offering here is a fastball for strike 1, so apparently Luke is not bothered by coming in after playing 8 innings in center field. Seems to have his stuff. Here a curveball misses outside, ball 1. Of course, this will affect who the Rams pitch in the doubleheader tomorrow against Troup County at Troup County. We'll, of course, give you reports of those games. 1-1 pitch is low. Our next live Ram broadcast on WGFS, the Newton Rams and Shiloh Generals, right back here at Riverside Park at 5 o'clock. Allen winds is 2-1, called strike, outside corner with the fastball. The Brookwood fans react. You can hear them from here. Luke Allen winds his 2-2 on the way home. Swung on and missed. That didn't look like a true fastball from Luke Allen. That might have been a changeup or some kind of off-speed pitch. Either way, Chad Day out in front, and he goes down. That's 2 outs and 13 straight retired. Bill Dolan will rejoin me Wednesday. Oh, by the way, thought you might want to know, when the Rams travel to Winder, Georgia, and take on the Bulldogs, 2Gs, of Winder Barrow High School. Off-speed first pitch to Boger. They're going to check the first base ump, who said, and I completely missed the call, he did go around. It's 0-1. My view of the first base ump was blocked for just a moment there, but he did say that Bulger went around. Bulger is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts. Here the Brookwood DH takes a pitch outside for ball 1. Not too good when you make your living as a DH and you strike out 3 times in 3 trips up there. That is usually a pretty good ticket to the bench in the next couple of games. 1 ball, 1 strike. Luke Allen in relief of Richie Cleary goes into his wind, the 1-1 pitch. Strike call outside corner. Rams playing inspired baseball in their first sub-region game of 96. Very important for the Rams as they have 11 more sub-region games before the tournament. Bulger just got a piece of that off speed. Fouled it off. A ball and 2 strikes. Ram pitching now with 11 strikeouts through 8 2/3 innings. Middlebrooks gives the sign. Allen winds and he delivers. That was the fastball outside, ball 2. Ram defense very deep on Bulger. Up the middle, a step away from the outfield grass at both second and short. 2-2 pitch, missing low, about 6 inches low, 3-2. Rams also in action in the sub-region this coming Friday as they continue their sub-region opponents, coming one right after the other at the Rams, so they'll have a big streak of games. 3-2 pitch fouled off to the right, out of play. The Troup County games tomorrow, of course, do not count for the sub-region standings. Troup County is in LaGrange, well west of here and well outside the Rams sub-region. The wind, the 3-2 pitch, curveball bounced up the first base line, could be trouble. Luke Allen's going to feed Stephen Hires. Good play coming off the mound. Allen fielding his position well there. The Broncos once again go down 1-2-3. Rams will try it again as we head to the bottom half of the ninth. It's just like a major league game here. We're tied at 2. Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
The Bank of Covington offers full-service banking and convenient locations. And you can find what you want in a checking account, savings plan, simple interest loan, and 24-hour automatic banking that gives you access to over 8,000 ATMs throughout the Southeast and the USA. Just what you would expect from a leading financial institution. The Bank of Covington, member FDIC, an equal opportunity lender.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating, 786-4937. They'll send them packing. Termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls. Riverside Park. Folks, listening to Ram Baseball this evening, break out your rabbit splits, your Lucky Charms, do something to try to get something on the scoreboard here. We haven't had a run scored since the Rams did in the bottom half of the 5th. We head to the 9th, tied at 2. For the Rams, we'll see Stephen Hires, Richie Cleary, and Doyle Baker. And we have a new pitcher for the Brookwood Broncos. That's Ryan Coulter. Wall pitched 8 innings and matched Richie Cleary almost pitch for pitch with the exception of the walks and the strikeouts. He also faced 32 batters, just like Cleary. Gave up 2 runs, both of them earned, on 6 hits, the exact same line that Cleary had. The only difference is Wall walked 5 and struck out 5, where Cleary walked only 4 and struck out 10. So it will be up to Ryan Coulter to try to slam the door here. Stephen Hires has been swinging a big bat in this game. He is 2 for 3, a single and a double. Coulter's first pitch to Stephen Hires, taking all the way at strike 1 on the inside corner. Might we see a 10th inning here? Been a couple of years since we've seen a game of 10 innings of length here at Riverside Park. 0-1 pitch, bounced up the third baseline. The play bobbled by the third baseman. His throw is in the dirt, and Hires is safe at first base. It's going to be a tough call from the official score. The third baseman had somewhat of a shot to get Hires at first base. Would have been kind of a rush throw, but just as he caught it,
popped up out of the glove hand, and by the time he could recover, Mayhew could not retire Hires at first base. Hires is there safely with no one out. The Rams have that base runner that they so desperately needed. Now 3 shots to get him home, and the first one is a good one with Richie Cleary. And, of course, on deck after Cleary is Doyle Baker, who coming into this game had the highest average on the Ram team at 500. The official scorer's ruling is an error on the third baseman, Mayhew. Hires leads away. They go over there, but he is back in diving. Richie Cleary wouldn't mind breaking a little bit of an extra base hit drought here by driving in this run and either hitting one out of the yard or at least to the gap. He has a single and 3 at-bats. Ryan Coulter steps off, and Hires is going to do some footwork out there on the base paths. We saw a Brookwood runner doing that a few innings ago, so there may be some divots or some problems forming there because of all the bad weather that we've had. Another throw over, and again Hires is back. What you're seeing here this evening are 2 fundamentally skilled teams just playing a good, strong baseball game. Very evenly matched, too. Stretch runners going. Cleary takes the pitch. The throw down to second base is nowhere near. The stolen base from Stephen Hires. Doing the little things necessary to pick up the win. The go-ahead run that would give the Rams the win is now 180 feet away. Time is called. Tom Jones, the head coach of the Broncos, is going to call time and talk to Ryan Coulter. Holden is infield for a conference. While they do, once again, we want to remind you about what's coming up tomorrow here at WGFS, AM 1430. Join us for the Saturday morning Super Trivia Spectacular tomorrow starting at 9. I made a mistake a little while ago in saying that I would be the co-host. I am occasionally the co-host of the trivia show, but I agreed to give up the co-host seat. I tell you what, we're going to let it be a surprise, ladies and gentlemen. Listen in. We're going to have a surprise co-host of the trivia show tomorrow at 9 a.m. right here on WGFS AM 1430. Also join us for the Auto Advisor, Atlanta Braves baseball, and the debut of Country Countdown USA. Don't miss that program. That's going to be a good one, and hopefully we'll be sticking with that for a long time. Richie Cleary with a 1-0 count. The stretch and the pitch. Cleary is bunting up the third baseline. The catcher caught the bunt in foul territory, though, so Cleary will be back to the bag. Cleary's bunt had a tremendous backspin on it, and as soon as it hit the ground, it stopped and bounced back into foul territory. So Richie Cleary, probably the Rams' biggest long ball threat, bunting to get a runner over to third base with no one out. This is the Rams' approach to the game. No matter who you are, you give yourself up for the team effort and play fundamental baseball. The Country Countdown USA program, oh, by the way, will be right after Braves baseball. Coulter steps off and takes a look back at second base. Stephen Hires is out there, reaching for the third time this game on an error by the third baseman. Stole second base. The stretch. Richie Cleary takes a pitch down low. It's 2-1, and Coulter on his delivery home about halfway took a weird look back at second base and almost stopped in his delivery. In fact, you could have arguably called a balk on him there. Again, he looks at Stephen Hires, brings the 2-1 home. It's the curveball, and Cleary swings and misses. That was actually a 2-2 pitch, so that's strike 3. Cleary strikes out here for the first time in this game. But with one down, Rams still have 2 more chances. Here's Doyle Baker. Baker's been held hitless in this game, although he did lay down the 1-3 sacrifice. In his other 2 at-bats, a strikeout and a fly out to left. Baker, righty against righty. Ryan Coulter. Brookwood hurler delivers, and Baker pops one up right center field. Coming over to make the play is Nick Greene. Makes the catch. Baker will fake the tag. Throw comes in, cut off by the shortstop Day, and Baker will hold there. So we might be headed for a 10th inning here. It'll be up to Bryce Avery to bring the man home here for the Rams. Avery in this game, 1 for 3. Struck out his last time. So Ryan Coulter, just like Luke Allen, has come in and has pitched effectively. He's shut the door on the Rams the same way Luke Allen did on the Broncos. These two teams matching each other hit for hit, pitch for pitch. Stretch in the pitch. Avery swings. It's back to the screen. He missed that one. Throw to third base. Safe. Avery swung on a pitch that was about letter high. In fact, the catcher for the Broncos, Corey Tarver, couldn't even come up with it. So advancing, this game is the DH. Went out to center field in the top half of this inning. Tarver once again gives the sign to his pitcher. Pitching from the stretch. Coulter delivers. Up high, ball one. And just then, Coulter takes about 5 steps toward the Brookwood dugout. I was unsure as to what that was about. It almost looked like he was walking off the field, but then stopped, turned around, and walked right back to the pitcher's mound. Guess he decided he wanted to face Avery. A 1-1 count. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Avery hit one down the right field line and showed off his true speed. For most folks, it would have been something where you could turn a single into a double. Avery instead was thrown out and almost had a triple on it. Runner takes his lead. Stretch of the 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed. Brookwood comes in again and slams the door on the Newton Rams. Second strikeout of the inning for Ryan Coulter, and we head for inning number 10 from Riverside Park, Newton High School. We are still tied. Your score, 2 apiece. Ram baseball on WGFS, AM 1430.
Here at Coast to Coast Home and Auto, we have more ways for you to save than ever before. That's because for a limited time, every Toro Wheel Horse XL Series lawn tractor comes with a $100 factory rebate and no payments or interest till October. These tractors are available with tilt steering, step-through design, and recycler mowing decks. Plus, every one comes with a Toro 2-year total coverage guarantee. And with a $100 rebate and no payments or interest until October, there are more reasons than ever to get a Toro Wheel Horse lawn tractor from Coast to Coast Home and Auto today. Are you tired of being ridiculed and laughed at because you don't have a cellular phone? Don't cry. East Metro Communications can help. East Metro has several free cellular phones to choose from. There's no connect fee, no programming fee, and a $100 credit on your first monthly bill. Now, how much easier can it get? East Metro Communications, this area's oldest authorized agent for AirTouch Cellular, is located right here in Covington at 7115 Highway 278. Visit their store a quarter-mile east of Newton General, or give them a call at 786-6796. Certain restrictions apply, cannot be combined with any other promotion.
We're in the midst of a streak of offensive futility as we head to the 10th inning tied at 2. The bats have gone silent for both teams. The Rams have retired 13 straight Brookwood Broncos. The last hit from either side in this game was in the 6th. Richie Cleary singled. We're in the 10th. Luke Allen winds his first pitch. Strike call. That was the backdoor curveball. Started outside, caught the outside corner. Marcus Wiggins, first man up for the Broncos. After him, it's Ashley Sweat and Clint Mayhew. Sweat on deck as Wiggins, the number 9 man, takes the 0-1 pitch up high. Kevin Holden bringing you the play-by-play action in the marathon battle from Riverside Park. The wind, the 1-1 pitch, bounced up the third baseline but foul. As it was pointed out to me in the last break that we had between innings, it's a marathon here in that it's 10 innings long, but of course a lot of 10-inning games could be 4 hours or more. Not in this case. The Rams began play right at 5 o'clock, and this game isn't even at the 2.5-hour mark yet. If they had been done in 7 innings, this game would have been done in probably an hour 45 to 2 hours. The wind, the 1-2 pitch. Just missed the outside corner. Luke Allen looking for the call, tilts his head toward the home plate umpire. It's 2-2. The wind, 2-2 pitch. Fastball inside, 3-2, and Allen was back to the old delivery there. He toned down the delivery, not so much of a leg kick and a drive toward home plate, and it may cut down a mile or two off the fastball, but it gives him so much better control that it makes him a much better pitcher here. Full count to the first batter of the 10th inning for Brookwood, Marcus Wiggins. Middlebrooks with the sign, 3-2 pitch. Bounced up the first base side. Stephen Hires will take it himself, and wisely so. That's the first out. That could have been a disastrous play. That ball stayed up in the air for a long time. By the time Hires caught it, he was about even with the first base bag and about 6 steps away. Could have flipped it to Luke Allen, but of course it's a lot easier to just walk over and step on the bag than it is to try to make that flip. So 1 down, and the Rams have retired 14 straight Brookwood Broncos. Here's Ashley Sweat. He's 1 for 3. He's also drawn a base on balls. Luke Allen's first pitch outside, ball 1. And for the Rams in the bottom half of the 10th, they start with the top half of the order and Jarvis Johnson. Somebody on the Rams team will have to start it off with a base hit. Johnson, of course, would be the first man up. 1-0 pitch, a called strike. It's 1-1. The Rams with no hits since the 6th. The Brookwood Broncos last hit in the 5th. Here's a swing and a bouncer deep and foul territory, first base side. Stephen Hires made the play about 6 inches in foul territory, and it's a good thing because there was no one anywhere near the first base bag to cover. Hires made the play. And now here's Clint Mayhew. Apparently that was a line drive. I thought that was a one-hopper, but it was a line drive, foul territory. So 3F in your scorebook as Hires made the play. Shows you what happens when you look down for a split second, you miss exciting Ram action. Can't look down one bit. 0-1 the count now. As Luke Allen's first pitch, a called strike on the outside corner. 0 for 3 is Clint Mayhew. 2 strikeouts. He takes another strike around the outside part, and that'll draw the Brookwood reaction. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. We are in the 10th. We've been tied at 2 since the 5th. The wind, the 0-2 pitch. That one outside 1 and 2. They tried to get Clint Mayhew to swing at a pitch about a foot outside. Luke Allen, the Ram senior hurler, takes a look in. Here's his 1-2, the curveball, and just missed. We thought we might see a strike 3 call. Some of the Ram fans even began to celebrate prematurely, but no call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. After Mayhew was Corey Tarver. 2-2 pitch, low ball 3. The way Tarver has hit the ball, the Rams, I'm sure, would just as soon retire Mayhew and then come up in the bottom half of the 10th inning and win this thing and let someone else face Corey Tarver. Full count here with 2 down. Allen's wind, 3-2, strike 3 outside corner with the fastball. Luke Allen with the strikeout. He's come in and retired 6 straight here. The effective relief pitching from Luke Allen has kept the Rams in it. We're tied at 2. We head to the bottom half of inning number 10. Newton Ram baseball on WGFS AM 1430.
At Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies, we've got you covered. With vinyl, wallpaper, carpet, wood, parquet, VCT tile, interior design service, carpet cleaning service, and blinds. They're the largest and most complete carpet store serving Newton, Rockdale, and Morgan counties, Lake Oconee, and surrounding areas. They specialize in residential and commercial flooring. Their professional carpet consultants and interior designer will bring samples to your home, take measurements, and quote you a price all in one visit. Call them, Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies, 786-9245, 786-9245, or in Madison, 342-3869. 342-3869. Hardy's Floor Covering and Supplies.
How do you spend your Saturday mornings? Why not join Bill Dolan and Kevin Holden from 9 to 10 for the Saturday morning Super Trivia Spectacular? That's your chance to win prizes and show your knowledge of trivia right here on WGFS AM 1430.
Bottom half of the 10th inning from Riverside Park, and the Rams will give it one more shot here against the Brookwood Broncos. This is the Rams' first sub-region game of 1996. I'm sure you folks pretty much know that by now. No scoring since the 5th. Rams can push one across here and go to 1-0 in sub-region play and 9-1 overall. They start with Jarvis Johnson. Johnson's 0 for 1. 3 walks. Faces Ryan Coulter for the first time. Coulter came in, pitched a scoreless inning of relief. Now into his second inning, the first pitch of that inning. Misses inside and low. Ryan Moon on deck is 1 for 3. Matt Easterday is hitless. He's in the hole. 1-0 pitch on the way to Johnson. That's up high, ball 2. Certainly an exciting game from Riverside Park. Kind of hurts the Rams pitching-wise maybe for the next few days. The 2-0 is high and outside, 3-0. Against Troup County, the Rams may have to alter their pitching rotation. But my guess is Jason Lunsford will be the starting pitcher Monday against the Shiloh Generals. 3-0 pitch on the way outside, ball 4. For the 4th consecutive time, Jarvis Johnson has reached via a base on balls. He's there with no one out and plenty of chances to score the man here. Last inning, the leadoff man reached base. For the Newton Rams, that was Stephen Hires. He was stranded at third. Luke Allen in the 8th walked with 1 out but was caught stealing, actually was picked off in a rundown play. Jarvis Johnson reached with 1 out in the 7th. He was caught stealing. Richie Cleary reached with 2 out in the 6th. He ended up stealing second base but was stranded there after Baker struck out. They throw to first. Johnson's back in. Here's Ryan Moon. 1 for 3, and he's laying down the bunt, and it's a good one. They're going to try to go to second for the force. They got in there. Safe at first is Ryan Moon. Well, at first I thought it was a good bunt. The problem was once it bounced, it stayed up in the air and very close to home plate, and all the catcher, Tarver, had to do was jump right up out of the crouch, and the ball was almost like waiting for him there on a platter. So 2-6, out at second base is Johnson. So the Rams have a bad break there. Moon does reach on a fielder's choice. Here's Easterday. What a great time for him to get his first hit of this game. He has one very hard hit ball that was a sac fly a few innings back. They go to first. Ryan Moon dives back in. Fans who have come to see this will remember this game for a long time, regardless of the outcome. Wow. Tarver with the sign, stretch. They go to first again, and he's back. Rams will play each of their 6 sub-region opponents at home and on the road here in 96. We'll be bringing you all those games live. First pitch to Easterday, missing inside, ball 1. The Rams in about 2.5 weeks go to Brookwood High School. I can't wait for the rivalry that will be ensuing when the Rams go there. Stretch in the pitch. Easterday trying to go to the right side, fouls it off. It's 1-1. If you've ever seen Matt Easterday hit, his stance is almost pointing toward right center. That's where he gets the majority of his power, is to right center field. And they have a huge gap, the Broncos do, on the right side of the infield because of the first baseman holding the runner close. So if Easterday can punch through that gap, we might see a first and third. 1-1 pitch, missing inside. It's 2-1. Craig Butler, the first baseman for the Broncos. It's the man who's holding the runner on there. Luke Allen is on deck. Allen has reached base twice. Still has yet to have his first base hit of this game. Stretch, the 2-1. Outside with a fastball. 3-1. If nothing else, this one has gotten the fans into the affair as much as any game that the Rams have had here in a couple of years. Not quite as much fire as the state playoffs a few years ago, but very close. Here's a swing and a pop-up on the infield. Under it and making the play is Ryan Coulter, and that is out number 2 at Easterday, the pop-up to the pitcher. So now it will take a base hit of some kind from Luke Allen, or at least him reaching base to keep this thing alive. Here's how Allen's night has gone. He lined out to the shortstop in the first to end that inning. Reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base in the 3rd, struck out in the 5th, walked, and was caught stealing in the 8th. Throw to first. Back in safely is Ryan Moon. Allen taking a good look down at Joe Brasfield, his third base coach. Gives a set of signals. Stretch, runner is not going. First pitch to Allen, inside, ball 1. If the Rams cannot score, we will go to the 11th, and Brookwood will start with Corey Tarver and have the meat of their order up against Luke Allen. Allen, of course, can prevent that himself. 1-0 pitch was outside with the fastball. 2-0. With every pitch, The Brookwood fans right behind it, hoping for a strike call. Stretch from Coulter, takes a look at the runner. The 2-0 is outside. It's past the catcher, back to the screen. That'll move a man up. That's a pass ball. That one was in the mid of Corey Tarver. So the pass ball gives the Rams at least one base. Rams had 2 other games today, the JV and the 9th grade games. We'll give you results of those as soon as we get them. 3-0 pitch to Allen. Low and inside, ball 4. Another base runner here for the Rams. So first and second with 2 down. And Middlebrooks will be stepping to the plate here in just a moment. He had his catcher's gear on to go back out in case anything happened to Luke Allen. Since Luke reached base, though, Middlebrooks will have to take off the shin guards and step back up there. Johnson started off this inning by walking. He was caught 2-6 at second base. Moon, the fielder's choice. Reached second on a pass ball. Easterday with the pop out. Allen walks. So we have first and second with 2 down. Middlebrooks on the first pitch, takes it, and it's high and tight for ball 1. Chris Middlebrooks looking for one base hit here to go with the one he had back in the second. A base hit to the outfield would likely mean a Ram run. Ryan Moon has good speed at second base. Stretch the 1-0 pitch, and that one's inside, ball 2. If they load the bases, sitting on the on-deck circle is Stephen Hires, actually standing and taking his cuts on the on-deck circle. Probably the hottest Ram hitter right now. Stretch. Coulter delivers to Middlebrooks. There's a swing and a liner to left field, and this one is going to fall in. Ryan Moon is going to score, and the Newton Rams in 10 innings win their first sub-region battle of 1996, 3-2. Diving for that ball was Ashley Sweat. It bounced away from him. Ryan Moon scored, and the Rams are all over the field. They look almost as excited as they did last Saturday when they won the South Metro. Wow. In 10 innings, the Rams picking up the victory. Ryan Moon scores the base hit. That is a base hit off the bat of Chris Middlebrooks. He got a nice fat fastball. Not the first one he's seen in several games. So Moon scores on the base hit. Middlebrooks with the game-winning RBI. The Rams win it 3-2 and go to 1-0 after this first sub-region battle of the year. And when we come back, we're going to wrap up literally the happy news from Riverside Park. Newton Ram baseball live on WGFS AM 1430.
Hey there, Carl the Greenskeeper here for the Hard Luck Cafe. You know me, I'm the guy who delivers hot wings to the trivia show every Saturday morning. Randy wanted me to be sure and let everyone know that the Hard Luck now has 3 locations. That's one in Conyers, one in Madison, and of course the original location in Covington. You know, that's that little building down there where Nationwide used to be. So for the best hot wings around, stop by the Hard Luck or call ahead so your wings will be ready when you get there. I can't remember all the numbers, but in Covington it's 787-0421. That's 787-0421. Oh, and by the way, don't forget to tell them that Carl sent you.
It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware. Just check out these great prices for all your spring cleaning and gardening. Corona 21-inch head shears or Corona 24-inch bypass lopper, your choice, just $19.96. An Ace spring rake, $7.96. A garden weasel cultivator garden claw, $34.96. An Ace folding pruning saw, just $5.97. Or an Ace bypass lopper, just $19.97. It's spring fever at Mayfield Ace Hardware, your headquarters for spring cleaning and gardening. Mayfield Ace Hardware on the square in Covington.
Aside from choosing the right home, it's important to choose the right mortgage loan. At Newton Federal Savings and Loan, we're putting today's low rates together with prompt hometown service in offering special construction perm loans with one-time closing, conventional and balloon mortgages, and more. And servicing of your loan remains right here, too. Newton Federal Savings and Loan, 3175 Highway 278, Covington. FDIC insured and equal housing lender.
Bulldog Tire Company is your complete car care center. They take off tires, wheels, have wheel alignment, tune-ups, brake service, road and farm service, radiator repair, wrecker service, and much, much more. That's Bulldog Tire Company. Talk to owner Tommy Coker at 787-6030, 787-6030. Bulldog Tire Company, 4108 Elm Street in Covington. Bulldog Tire Company.
The best money manager around is a checking account from the Bank of Covington. It's easy to keep track of your income and all your expenses with your checkbook and the detailed monthly statements we send you. It lets you see where you might save money, and it really helps in balancing your budget. If you're not already enjoying such financial assistance, learn all the advantages of a personal checking account at one of the convenient Bank of Covington locations. The Bank of Covington, member FDIC.
Did you know that termites cause more damage to homes annually than fires, floods, and natural disasters combined? To protect your home from termites and other pests, call Cleary Exterminating, 786-4937. They'll send them packing. Termites and beetles, fleas, rats and mice, roaches and ants. Commercial or residential, we can help get rid of what bugs you. Call Cleary Exterminating on Highway 278 in Covington, 786-4937. At Cleary Exterminating, we make mouse calls.
It was a marathon, and in the end, the Rams came in about a step and a half in front of the Brookwood Broncos, but nonetheless, they came in on top. Your final in 10 innings, a typical high school game is 7. The Rams win it by a score of 3-2. Your final totals here, the Rams 3 runs, 7 hits. Key fact, they did not commit an error in 10 innings. They left 5 men on base. The win goes to Luke Allen. Credit Richie Cleary here also with a great pitching performance. Cleary pitching 8 innings, striking out 10, giving up 6 hits and giving up only 2 runs. Luke Allen came in, pitched a pair of innings, did not give up a run or a hit. In fact, he faced 6 batters, retired them all, struck out 2 of them. For the Brookwood Broncos, 2 runs on 6 hits. They made 2 errors, and they left 6 men on base. The loss goes to Ryan Coulter, who really didn't pitch badly with the exception of the fact that he walked 2 people in the 10th inning. In fact, Johnson led off with a walk. Moon, with the failed attempted sacrifice, got Johnson out at second base, but Moon was safe at first. He came around to score the winning run. Reached second on a pass ball. Then after a pop-out from Easterday, Coulter also walked Luke Allen. That helped to set up Chris Middlebrooks with the game-winning base hit, giving the Rams the win here, 3-2. Dusty Wall also deserves a great mention here for a very good game. 8 innings pitched for the Broncos starter. 2 runs, 6 hits. He walked 5, and he struck out 5. The Newton Rams finished this game. Special note here, and I'm going to count up the totals. They finished the game without giving up a base runner past the 5th inning. They retired the last 2 in the 5th, plus for 5 straight innings retired the Broncos without a runner reaching. So 17 straight batters retired by the Newton Rams. An interesting note, if they retire the first 4 in their next game against Troup County, it's kind of like a perfect game. They will have retired 21 straight, so we'll have to check that out. The Rams will be at Troup County tomorrow for a doubleheader. More about that in a moment. The WGFS player of the game is Chris Middlebrooks, 2 out of 5, and helped to end this madness with his base hit in the 10th inning to score. Ryan Moon got a hold of a pitch and drove it hard to drive in the winning run. So Chris Middlebrooks, congratulations from the Rams and WGFS and our broadcast staff upon winning the player of the game honors. And for our executive producer, Bill Dolan, we appreciate the job that he did tonight, and we'll, of course, hear from him again on Wednesday. The Rams' next action will be tomorrow against the Troup County team at Troup County. That'll be a doubleheader there, and then the Rams come back to Riverside Park Monday. That's our next Ram broadcast, 5 o'clock from Riverside Park. Exciting Ram action, 8 Quad A South. Don't miss it. Be out here. This Brookwood game, a tremendous 10-inning game. It's going to happen again next week. For our executive producer, Bill Dolan, and a cast of thousands who all made noise tonight at Riverside Park, Kevin Holden reporting again in 10 innings. The Rams beat the Brookwood Broncos to go to 1-0 in the sub-region. Your final, the Rams 3, the Broncos 2. And at this time, Covington's radio station, WGFS, concludes another broadcast day. WGFS is locally owned and operated by Radio Covington Incorporated. An affiliate of the CBS radio network, WGFS operates with 5,000 watts daytime, 500 watts before sunrise, and 250 watts at night at 1,430 kilohertz. Our studios and offices are located at 1151 Hendrick Street in downtown Covington. And our tower is located along Interstate 20 west of Covington. This is Kevin Holden inviting you to join us tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. for the start of another broadcast day. Good night.